Hey there, welcome to the Brownstone Pow, Bronzebird. Tonight's episode is going to be Friendship Heights. I'm going to try to make this about a 30-minute to an hour stream. If anybody would like to jump on, once I make my conversation done, then we could do that. Hold on a second. So you're probably asking me, why is this name Friendship Heights made determinate? Now this is the thing. I'm from New York. You understand? So the thing about it is, of course, when it comes to dating options, our brothers have an understanding on a couple of things. That New York women are aggressive, all right? And usually, depending on what borough you go to, is a determinant whether you're going to get the woman of your choice that's going to put up with your shit, or you probably going to have a combative chick. Now, the thing about it is this. I've thought to myself for a while, right? I was like, yo, maybe I must be attracted to Southern women. Something about Southern women is just what's up, it's good. You know what I'm saying? I think that Southern women is awesome. You know what I'm saying? I thought that. So I was just like, yo, maybe it's just like that, and maybe it's a stereotype, but I can't really tell. You understand what I'm saying? So I just wanted to get word on that because being from New York, like an article I'm about to show y'all, it's an article that talks about how states is ranked from where's the best place to date when you're single, right? So oftentimes people that's in their home state will complain about their own state and about the dates that they have about the people that's in their state, whether they be man or woman. So I was like, yo, in New York, we complain all the time. In Jersey, they complain. And in the tri-state area. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like that for everybody because I guess because when it comes to environmental, you're used to what you're used to. So you're used to people growing around people, growing up with people, and you know how they are because y'all come from the same environment. And then we attach personalities to where we live. So, of course, with Bronzebird, y'all be like, oh, he act like a typical New Yorker. Then I'd be like, damn, I never really thought about that way back, but now I understand where you're coming from. Are you a product of your environment? Now, you being a product of your environment, must that change your decision on how you date? Because are you willing to date women, in this case, because I'm talking to the brothers, I'm talking to men, are y'all wanting to date women from your state? Now, let's just say you live in a city like mine. Will you be willing to date women in the city, or will you dare want to go out of the city to find women of your choice, right? So for instance, like, brothers tell me, I've had conversations with brothers. I ain't gonna tell y'all where I'm from, where I'm at currently residing, but I just want to give y'all an example. So I was talking to brothers. I said, you know, New York women is aggressive. That's what's been told. New York women is aggressive, blah, 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 true. Now I said, if that's the case, where do you find women in New York that's not as aggressive? Where do you find the feminine one? The polls that I got back, you usually find them in Queens or Long Island, or you find them upstate. That's where you're going to find more feminine women. You understand what I'm saying? And the conversation goes on and on and on and on and on, but it's just a real funny conversation to really have about this topic. So in case anybody comes up, I would like for people to give their perspective on their mates. Like, do they base it on location or do you just base it on attitude? Because location, I guess, does play a factor in this because it is something that does go on. So look at this. Absalom says maybe New Jersey. Now you gotta be careful, Absalom, because what about Newark? What about Jersey City? You know what I'm saying? What about Jersey City? You know what I mean? So, I mean, like, you never know because, you know, those are determinants, right? Like, you never know when it comes to that. So, I'm just saying on that regards, you know, people out of Jersey be like, yo, living in New York, be like, nah, you don't date shorties from Jersey, bro. They gonna set your ass up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So, you gotta be careful with that. But, yeah, man. I definitely get where you're coming from, but you know, I hear like, you know, I was like, I used to be the type to be like, yo, I'm into shorties from Long Island. I'm into shorties that's from Queens. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I was like, yo, I love me a Queens chick, a Long Island chick. And then also, oh yeah, I got you, bro. But like also with me though, like, you know, I was just like, yo, remember Charles Hamilton had that song back in 2008 called "You Ain't Nothing Like a Brooklyn Girl." So I was like, oh, shorties from Brooklyn is lit. But I'm like, you come across the Caribbean shorties, they gonna cut your ass. You get a shorty from Bed-Stuy, she gonna cut your ass. Peace, Sir Abadayu. So I'm gonna read an article real quick. I may play a video tonight for you guys. I don't intend this being a long live, but it was just on my mind. I was just thinking about that, so I'm just gonna make some announcement before I get into my article, and I'm gonna just get into the article, play a song, and then we can hop on a panel, speak it, or you know whatever. But so just a brief announcement. Next week, I want to make a panel on the manosphere going mainstream. Do you think it will be successful? Do you not think it's gonna be successful? Now, I'm gonna just touch on this real quick, just to be off topic for a little bit. I can't stand people that make it a big deal about trying to get KS to say you owe the manosphere this, that, and the third. No. The man has his own brand. It works for him. Y'all got to be on y'all P's and Q's to clean up y'all act and make sure y'all not being on some fuckery. But I'm going to just leave that for next week. So if y'all stick around next week for Brownstone Pow, I'm going to put the alert out there that next week is going to be about the manosphere. So let me pull up this article real quick. I'm gonna play some music before I pull up this article. So Pete for 1 second, you guys. 1 second.
Get you open asses with the fan on. Yeah. You boys come in at cash, motherfuckers. Oh, shit for the trifecta this time around. Oh, ready. Worldwide. I'm a nigga 20. Yeah. Check. I feel sorry for your kids, sorry for my friends, sorry for the distance between us, man. I've been on my shit. Sorry for my list, cause the blunts I burned them down to the end. Got a long list I can run through. But fuck it, I'm in love with her, girl. I know what it is when they come through. Recognize game unspoken is subtle. They love me at the tryout for the Mexican gauchos. I heard they needed shooters and I'm never without chrome. Google boy on the resume, every day we get low. I'm warming up the J in the Ralph, the night's creasing. Fuck, scheme team, wife beater, fit you right for the re-up. Ain't no fucking pre-orders, got the cop when you meet us. I probably pop a bitch and pop up, shut it down with some heaters. Sky crime, Jersey Hill with arenas. Fuck, yeah, I know y'all bosses in y'all own mind. Scared to come outside when it's go time. Y'all hit the dad, poke it low and high. I been died on the lowest side, so if the feds come up, play a dad.
Yeah, it's the flow that made smoke Dutchess. Rock bottom niggas, we put beats on righteous. Double dutching with my pen leaking substance. They taking all the fingers from my heart, bro. Can't remember my last foe. Is it karma for taking citizen dough? I don't know. Red Bible quotes for the goddess. Now I do what I know. Studying cot, smoking dope through my binoculars. Go. I smoked some weed that changed my life when I was on the left coast. Making mix and make some M's, my guy. The truth don't lie. The fruits of my fruit smoke lie. I'm 730 on these strong space, the heat on your thigh. And we can fly if you keep your head cool. We can't make no moves inside of a throne. We're ruin the windows, I want a broom like Orlando. I learned to stroke bitches, watch it back go. Look at them go, watch how I lift my leg, yo. Fuck y'all in the face if you doubt this. You into the crib, get your couch flipped out, bitch.
Look, I know y'all bosses in your own minds. Get to come outside when it's go time. Y'all hit the dead, poke it low and high. I been died on the low and side, so with the feds come on playing dead, nigga. Yo, I know y'all bosses in your own minds. Get to come outside when it's go time. Y'all hit the dead, poke it low and high. I been died on the low and side, so with the feds come on playing dead, nigga. Best believe that. Yeah. No. Got too much at stake. Fuck around with you motherfuckers. Yo, computer glitch back at it. Big Fly 3. Ow.
All right, I'm back, y'all. So let's get into this article, and I'm gonna send up the link so y'all can check it out. So let me share my screen with you guys so y'all can peep exactly what I'm talking about for tonight. So let me share my screen, son. Let me share my screen, son. Hold on, give me a second, y'all. So I hope y'all is able to see what it says on my screen right as of right now. Cool. All right, so you see this article right here, the Thrillist. So it says, here are the best and worst states for singles in 2021. Now, I wanted to make this, checking my joint. Okay, so I wanted to just make this a topic of conversation because is it true based off the state that you live in? Now, the thing about it is in New York, you'll find that the rating that they gave for New York is pretty interesting because it's like the joint that they gave for New York is actually in the top percentile for where to date. So I'm going to read this article. Shout outs to Kyler Alvord. So it says, here are the best and worst states for singles in 2021. Dating sucks everywhere, but some places have it a bit easier. Okay, so check this out. It's hard being single, especially in a pandemic. Dating is stranger than ever, and I agree. Finances is tougher than ever, of course. Opportunities for fun are at an all-time low. Still, we power on, and while it might be too late to couple up before cuffing season ends, it's never too early to start booze shipping for next year. Booze shipping? Shopping. Booze shopping, my fault. Of course, where you live might play a role in your romantic success, which is why personal finance site Wallet Hub crunched some numbers to figure out which states will be the most promising for singles this year. So, check this out. 3 main criteria were used to compile the ranking: dating opportunities, dating economics, and romance and fun. Here's what Wallet Hub discovered. The 10 best states for singles in 2021. Number 1 is Florida. Wow. And I would have never really expected that. But yeah, they say Florida is the first one. Texas, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, New York is 5th. I can't believe that they have New York in the top 5. And I was like, okay, maybe because it's a big city, you got 5 boroughs, then you got the state, and then you got Long Island. So I'm like, all right, maybe they got a point. But I'm like, I never knew that, because we all talk shit about each other in New York. Like, oh, nah, son, you don't want to date in New York. You don't want to date shorties from New York. Unless you like a gentrifier or you one of those transplants or whatever, y'all move from a different state to move to New York, then maybe, you know what I'm saying? I can't really call it, but that's what it seemed like. So moving on. Illinois is 6, 7 is California, 8 is Ohio, 9 is Michigan, and the 10th is Missouri. Now, just to piggyback off of that, just for the worst states right there. Now, this is what it says, the 10 worst states for singles in 2021. Now, I'm not really surprised by some of these rankings. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really surprised. Like, Mississippi is like, yeah, I get it, because, I mean, it's rural. It's not really like a city like place in Mississippi. So I'm like, okay, cool. Alaska is well said. Like, I would have thought Alaska is 50. I didn't know it would be in the top, like, it would be 42. Like, Wyoming, which makes sense. 44 is Kentucky. 45 is Delaware. 46 is Arkansas. 47 is Hawaii, which I'm actually surprised about. 48, North Dakota. 49 is West Virginia. And 50 is New Mexico. Like, that's crazy to me, yo. Like, it's crazy. So, look at this on your map, right? So, it says the interactive map below shows where each state falls on the dateability scale. Hover over each state and its rank will pop up. The bluer the state, the better its standing. So just to peep for a minute, I'm gonna look at all the states and then I'm gonna drop the link for anybody who wants to talk about their dating experience or whatever after this. So Maine, starting off with Maine, is ranked at the 39th state. New Hampshire is 21. So just left off the first 20 percentile. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just crazy to me, yo. So, New Hampshire is 21. Vermont is 40. New York is 5th. That's already said. Connecticut is 28. Rhode Island is 37. New Jersey is 11. Wow. So, Absalom, you might have a point, my brother. You might have a point. Pennsylvania is 3rd. Maryland is 35. Delaware is 45, right? So, Virginia is 22. West Virginia is 49. Went over that. North Carolina is 16. South Carolina is 31. Georgia's 13. I don't have to do Florida. Alabama is 38. Mississippi. Tennessee is 23. Kentucky. Indiana. Ohio. Ohio is 8? Whoa. That's in the top 10. Yo, like, you look at these states, you just play around with it, yo. Like, it's crazy because you never would have expected. But it's just like, God damn. Now you understand why so many people are so, like, I guess, frustrated when it comes to certain things, you heard? So, it's pretty surprising, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just thought it was pretty cool. But, let me send out the invite to anybody who wants to come on. Yeah, put this out there. So yeah, the StreamYard link is right there if y'all want to jump up. I'm just gonna give my talking points a little bit more, but also I was watching a video. I would do it, but I don't want my laptop to mess up or whatever. Okay, I understand that, Mysterious, but I'm just saying in regards to, like. Well, I mean, are you interested? I don't like. Okay, this is what I want to know. Mysteriously, are you interested at women in all in your state? Now, is that a determinant of how it is? How it is like when it comes to dating choices? Because I don't know if you're gonna be the type of person to tell me you want to be single forever. Like, I don't know. Like, if you would like to make that clear, the link is right there. But just for reference, you know. But in terms of dating experiences, like, I've had my infatuation with Southern women. California women, they always tell me, oh, California shorties is this, that, and third, they're lax. Chirac shorties, Chicago shorties, I don't know, they might put a bullet in my ass, you know what I'm saying? No homo. But just something I like to bring up because it's just something really funny, and I'm just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So Mysteriously Kind says, nothing wrong with the women in my state. Okay. I mean, so it's not a determinant, like, when you want to date, whenever you want to date. You wouldn't care. It doesn't matter to you about state. It's just about what the personality is like. Because I don't know what the stereotype is for women from your state. I believe you're from Ohio. So I don't know what the stereotype may be for women in your state. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But I get what you mean, man. Like it's a very much understandable point, and certain people just don't care. Certain people be like, it don't matter where, right, exactly. I get exactly where you're coming from. Yeah, it just doesn't matter. But this is the thing. To certain people, it does matter. You understand what I'm saying? Certain people be like, yo, nah, I can't mess with the girls from this state. You know what I'm saying? My own home state, these girls is trash. These men are trash. Now, I was watching the video, and this video was this Asian woman talking about how, dudes from New York is pretty much pricks. You understand what I'm saying? Like, because I was doing a little bit of research, and I was just like, okay, before I put out this video, before I do this live, I just want to do a little something, like, just to check it out. But, like I said, like, the woman was talking about how the New York dudes is full of themselves. Like, and I was like, yo, Asian girl was just kind of alluding to the fact of the matter. It was primarily so-called white men that she was dating, which there's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. But the thing about it is, she started talking about the stereotypes about these dudes. Like, saying things like, oh, these dudes wear boat shoes with, like, shorts, like basketball shorts. And then they always want to talk about their business. They always want to talk about this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, that's not New York dudes. Those are the bougie upper echelon types. Those are not New York dudes. Now, if you know New York dudes like such as myself, we more gully. We about the hustle. We about moving. We hustle and bustle. And like, yeah, we talk about business. We'll talk about our finances, but we don't make that a topic of conversation. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's not really our thing. So that's why I was just like, it's really interesting that that woman listed that as the preface to, like, how it is for the standard of New York men. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not talking nationalities now. I'm just saying in general. Like, she's making that she's making that the point of saying the generalization of New York men. Now, then you get into these paradigms, these things, the different types that refers to men, right? Women will say that, it's the guys, the rich pricks versus the everyday man, to the degenerate, we call here in the manosphere, the Pookies and Ray Rays, right? So there's definitely different factions into that topic of conversation, right? Now, the thing about it is, with women, how do you define them? Because this is also a topic that I want to bring up tonight. I want to bring up the topic about polygamy. And it was just on my mind because I was just like, I also wanted to talk about that. Because I think too many times guys get into this idea that polygamy is supposed to be this idea that you have one woman and you get another woman and then y'all menage a trois. Then y'all go ahead and y'all, one of the girls, they agree to be bisexual and this, that, and the third. And like, I'd be cool with polygamy if and only if, like, both women agree, but I'm not looking at it in a sexual manner. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at it like I'm trying to build. So if my woman got a business and my other woman got a business, I got a business, right? Or I'm working and I'm providing for the both of them, we can make it work out. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at it like, oh, yo, these girls, I'm going to be smashing both of them in my bed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking at it like that. So that's also something I wanted to bring up tonight. I'll let it go for like 30 minutes because I'll do another article. The link is right there if y'all want to jump up and give y'all perspectives, whether it be talking about states or you're talking about polygamy. Because this is the thing with men. They say it all the time. Men are allowed to have more than one woman, right? And the thing about it is, you just have to understand your woman, because certain women, or a good amount of women, may not be agreeable with it, right? And nowadays, you see these women want to have their cake and eat it too. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of these women want to talk about, oh, I got more than one man. I got this man here, this man here, this man here. And you're just sitting there, you're like, but, like, that's weird. Like, what am I supposed to be, the side dude? I'm not being no goddamn side dude. Like, I'm the dude. You feel me? Like, no, I'm not sharing you with other dudes. You know what I mean? And y'all have the understanding that liberalism, like the liberal women of this generation, do want to have their cake and eat it too. We're talking about having more than one man, from having more than one man to having a man and a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Because they go both ways. You know what I mean? So you see that, and it's just like, okay, you're doing a little bit too much, and I'm not really feeling that. Now, I don't know. It's rare for me to ever hear conversations with dudes that's okay with their woman having more than one man, right? Or having a man and a woman. Now, this is the thing. Polygamy is akin to open relationships, because that's what I think about when I have this conversation when we're talking about polygamy, because this is the idea of being open to the fact of the matter that you're going to be shared with somebody else. Now, women that say that they don't have no problem with that or whatever, I don't know, I can't call it. But at the same time, how do you feel about open relationships? Now, I feel like it is biased on our behalf, because men don't want to know the fact of the matter that their woman is getting dicked down by another man and all this other stuff, and she coming back home to you and she kissing all on you and shit. Like, they don't want to know that. They don't want to know that. You know what I mean? Because I'd feel some type of way about that shit. Like, yo, hold up. You just sat there and sucked on another man's peen. His phallus. And then you coming back home to me and I'm smashing? Get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm not with all that. I'm not with all that, fam. It starts to become a stop button. Okay? Like, nah, I'm not dealing with that, son. Like, no. But I think in talking about mate determinant, it is very important we talk about these topics, because as men, what do you want? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get over the whole entire factor of like, oh, you know, women of this society is trash or this, that, and third. Man, fuck all that. You find a woman that's right for you, you do what you gotta do. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying in regards, yeah, Absalom. Cause I'm just being real with you, fam. Like, I can't imagine that. Like, yeah, yo, like one woman to tell me like she just fucked Jamal down the street. Like, nah, yo, I don't like Jamal, yo. Fuck that nigga. Like, I don't like that dude, yo. Like, nah, yo, we fighting. We fighting, son. I see dude in the street, we scrapping, B. Like, nah, yo. And what I'm trying to say is like, I'd feel some type of way about that. Then women say, well, if you could do it, I could do it too. And it's always that competitive shit. That's what I mean when I say that. Like, it's not cool. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, I'd be open to polygamy if it called for it. Now, open relationships is weird because it's like, again, like I said before, it's like you want to have your cake and you want to eat it too. To me, I'm just like, because I know what the woman is gonna say. It's like, oh, so if you're able to go ahead and legally cheat, I should be able to go ahead and legally cheat. Then it starts to become a whole entire argument because your woman wants to compete with you. And that's not how it works. She's supposed to respect your decision. Now, this is what Absalom says. He says, polyandry will never work. It won't. That's what I think. I don't think it would work. Now, the thing about it is, women are emotionally based. So what if the dude is putting down good dick, right? And she becomes so enticed with how the phallus is. Now she's going to think that you trash and she's going to sit up there and try to find a way to break up with you. Or it might come to the point like, yeah, I'll still be with you, but I want to be with him more. You understand what I'm saying? That's what happened. I don't understand why people try to do that polyandry shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if they're lesbians or they're like bisexual maybe, but I don't see polyandry being a thing because, you know, again, women just can't operate the same way that a man can. I don't think they could. And I never will ever hear, like, yo, I'm dead serious. Let a shorty tell me she's interested in doing polyandry. We should see, she should see another man and all this other stuff. You can forget it. You can kiss my ass and you can go down the road. You understand? So, what I think about it is, and I want y'all to know something. What did y'all think about, who was it? Iman Ohar or something like that? Iman Ohar was like married to like 2 dudes or something like that. I think that's what I forgot who it is, but y'all know who I'm talking about. That Senate girl, whatever. Not Senate, but you know she's in office or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I forgot her name. She's in with goddamn. If y'all know the name, put it in the chat. If y'all understand where I'm coming from. The Muslim girl, I believe her, I forgot her name. I think her name is Amani or something like that, but she has 2 husbands. To me, does that scream beta? To you, does that scream beta? Like, I couldn't do that. Like, I couldn't be husband number 1 or husband number 2. No, I'm husband number 1 and only number 1. Okay, so thanks, mysteriously. Okay, besides you thinking she's cool, this is what I have to ask you. Do you think that it's cool for her to have more than 1 husband? The polyandry thing, that Absalom just mentioned, because he's saying that it will never work, and I agree. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just not going to work. Like, you're having your cake and eat it too, because you have an understanding, like I have an understanding, women of this society is engulfed in competition. So their whole entire thing is to be on the same level as a man and say, well, if you can have more than one woman, I can have more than one man. And it's like, to me, no, we don't play that over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not with all that. So I'm going to type in, I mean, okay, like, mysteriously, I get that. Yeah, she could do whatever she wants. It is her relationship. I'm just trying to say, in regards to that type of rhetoric, a lot of women pick up on that and believe that at the end of the day, they could do the same thing because they're in competition with men of this society, bro. That's what I'm trying to get at, because it's like, for so long, they get upset that a man can have more than one woman. So what I'm trying to say is it true she has more than two husbands? Okay, hold up. Maybe I'm bugging. Hold up. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna share my screen again. I'm gonna share my screen. Share my screen one more time, son. All right, so peek for a second. So, all right, this is the girl that I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about her right here. So, all right, she's in that office or whatever. So I just looked down at the personal details. Now, she is born on October 4th, 1982. So she's only 38. So she's married to both Ahmeds. So Ahmed Nur said Elmi, Ahmed I can't pronounce these names. I'm an American. Dislan Hirsi. Now, this is the thing. Pete, check this out. So her first husband, she married in 2009, divorced in 2017. But at the same time, she also had a husband that she married in 2018, but divorced in 2019. So now she don't really have all but one man. Now she's married to Tim Manette, who she married in 2020. So she only had two husbands in rotation for at least a year. No. I'm bugging. She didn't even have that. Because she divorced the first dude in 2017, married the dude the next year. But who's to say she wasn't messing around with homeboy in 2017, then married him in 2018, was like, I'm done dealing with the first I met. You dig what I'm saying? That's what I mean, dog. Like, that's what I mean when I'm saying that. But hold on. So Mysteriously Kind asks, can men have more than one woman? If women do it too, where's the harm? I personally don't agree with it unless everyone agrees to it. Okay, so Mysteriously, the thing about it is, it's already been documented numerous times that a man can have more than one woman. And I'm not saying that in regards like you don't get it, like, or saying in a disrespectful way, but it's already been documented. Men can have more than one woman. I think in this society, the problem that they have is that they know that, so they want to go against it and say, why should he have more than one woman and I can't have more than one man? That's what I mean. It comes to the competitive nature, and women don't understand that. And I mean, if you're going by spiritual sense, biblical sense, whatever you want to call it, there's always those stories about how men have more than one wife. I mean, if you look in certain cultures, polygamy is openly accepted. Now in America, it's not accepted, because if you dare to have more than one woman, you're being unfaithful and you're cheating. That's the monogamy rules here. So it's not the same thing in America. I mean, also the UK is like that. They don't like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seems like. So let me answer your question. You believe in rules and structures? Yes. I believe in rules and structures absolutely 100%. Now, the thing about it is, will I ever say to a man, encourage to him to do his woman wrong and definitely, quote unquote, cheat on her in the aspects like it's okay? You know what I'm saying? If y'all didn't agree, if you only agreed to be in a monogamous relationship with that woman, stay in a monogamous relationship. If you didn't agree to that, you openly told your woman, hey, look, listen, I'm open to dating other women besides you, then there's nothing else that needs to be said. Now, this is also something we got to take into account as well, though, because a lot of people don't really talk about the factor of people get into relationships through sex, right? It starts off with lust. The pussy is good, and she thinks that your phallus is good, so y'all fucking all the time, and y'all both catch feelings and all these different things, and all of a sudden she's just like, so you like me? And this, that, and third, and they want to get into a relationship. That's what I really mean when I say that, though. You know what I mean? And too many times, both of them get caught up in the feelings because the sex is good. Then they say we should try for a relationship. That's why lust is such a big thing, and that's why I say you got to understand the difference between who you treat for an LTR and who you treat for an actual, pump and dump situation, because too many people try to mix that up. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean. So, yeah, that's my whole point on it, but rules and structures count, because a woman can be very careless and wind up getting herself pregnant by a man she don't mean to get herself pregnant by, and could be in a relationship with a man already. So imagine how that works if she rules over you. She says, I can do whatever I want. How's that going to go? A man is supposed to be logical. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think a lot of people may have problems with certain dudes' talking points, such as groups like the Hebrew Israelites, the Manosphere, a couple of other groups, because they don't think on that type of accord. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it seems like. So let me read your comment. I think people should have more freedom when it comes to the social aspect. No two relationships are exactly alike. I mean, yeah, you do have a point, right? But at the same time, what is it that you go for? Are you just gonna say that anybody can just do any type of relationship they want to? There should be no rules. There should be no strings attached. I can leave whenever I feel like. Like, what is your opinion on that? You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean when I say that. Like, what is your opinion? Because it's just very interesting, like, how it is now. A lot of people in this age don't really care for relationships. Relationships just kind of seem like, yeah, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so you're saying, okay, but seriously, so are you saying yes to the idea that there should be no structures in relationships? You could just do whatever you want, willy-nilly. I don't care about your feelings. It doesn't matter. Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, what is your perspective on that? You understand what I'm saying? Because if you're voting for the idea that there should be strings attached, there should be no rules, no structures. Hold on a second. Hold on a sec. All right. If you're agreeing to the idea that there should be no rules and no structures, right? Oh, okay. So he says, I think you and your partner should set the rules. Yes, but that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I do think that should happen. So, I mean, at the end of the day, rules and structures always need to be set, because if it's never a guarantee in a relationship and you guys didn't agree upon it, then it's just going to be really weird. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean when I say that. So it's just like, oh, I can do whatever I want, but you can't tell me what to do. And like I said before, too many people in this day and age want to have their cake and eat it too. And I believe that a good amount of people get into relationships with other people without establishing a friendship first, or whether trying to get to know them and all these different things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's what I think. That's what I mean when I say that. That's what I'm trying to get at when I say those things, bro. So I hope you understand where I'm coming from with that. But that's here nor there with that, I believe. Damn, I said a mouthful. No homo. Yeah, like, I don't know how. We should look up the stats for polygyny. What is the stats if people really believe in that? Because there's a lot of rabbit holes that go into it now. Because now you have to incorporate the idea. You have to incorporate the idea. So many people don't really care. It's like, as long as I can do whatever I want, you can't tell me what to do. And then, like, this whole idea about more than one gender. So it's technically like cheating if you dealt with one gender to another gender. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Mysteriously kind asks me, are you comfortable with a woman paying for dinner even if she offers? That's a good question. I'm used to paying for all of the meals. I'm used to paying for everything. Now, if a woman tells me that she doesn't mind paying for the dinner, then cool. You know what I'm saying? I think the thing about that question is, I think a lot of men still want to have the idea to say, yes, I definitely believe in traditional relationships too, mysteriously. So to answer your question, I don't think I have a problem with that. Like if a woman wants to pay for my meal, if she's offering, right? But like I think it becomes like more so a how do I say it? More so like a like it becomes a defense mechanism in our minds, right? Because we want to be able to say, hey, I could provide, I could provide, I could provide. And some of us have a lot of pride. So when a woman is offering to pay for our meals, we don't want to take that L and knowing like, yo, a woman paid for my meal. But at the time when she's offering, she say, oh, it's okay, I'll pay for it. Okay, you're paying for it. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean when I say that, dog. Like that's just what I see about it. So yeah, I don't think I have a problem with it. It's just that when I have my own money, I'm just like, yo, I'll pay for it, no problem. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I also say the tips to do is like if you don't have money like that, if you're not really in a place where you're financially responsible and not in a financial greatness right now, don't date nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, never, first of all, rule of thumb, never let a woman see you sweat. That's number one. Never allow a woman to see you sweat. That's number one. Never ever allow that to happen. Okay? You're always supposed to be the man to know that you're on top of things. Okay? Regardless if she's offering or not, just in case she's not able to offer it, she just goes back on it, be like, yo, I got it. It's cool. You know what I mean? And y'all also got to be careful on dates too, because there are women that will use you for the dates because they're getting a free meal. I think statistically they said something like 33%, something that I was watching, something that I was reading. 33% of women go out with guys because they get a free meal. That's how selfish a lot of these good for nothing modern day women are. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Mysteriously kind of asks me, do you hold the door open for a lady? Yes. My date, absolutely. For my mom's, absolutely. For my family members, yes, absolutely. Like, my thing about it is, I do hold the doors for ladies, like, yeah, I do. Like, say, for instance, if it's an elderly lady, yes. If it's a woman that's pushing a baby carriage, absolutely. It's just that certain women, the odd thing about certain women is they have a problem with you opening the door, or they don't say thank you, or they just think that you're going to come with a predatory mindset just by doing a simple gesture of opening the door for them. Because what they think I'm going to do is say, yo, what's good, ma? Let me get that number. You got a fat ass. That's what they think I'm going to say. And I'm sitting here like, I just opened the door for you. I just did a nice thing that I should do as a man. Chivalry I'm practicing. So now you got a problem with me opening the door. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. But no, I'll hold the door open for a lady, especially as my date. That's what you're supposed to do. For your moms, you're supposed to do that. For the elderly women, absolutely. You know what I mean? You hold the door for women that obviously is gonna understand that. I feel very cynical. I feel like saying certain women just don't deserve to have the doors open for them. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to be rude and disrespectful. Sometimes I just want to be the type of dude to just have the door slam in their face. You didn't hear that from me, but because certain women are rude. Certain women are rude. And certain women come with entitlement. You know what I'm saying? And I believe the type of man, you got to have some nuts. Sometimes you got to have some nuts on yourself and say, this is what I allow, this is what I don't allow. You understand what I'm saying? That's what it's supposed to be like. But in odds, to answer your question, yes, I would usually open a door traditionally for women. Yes, I would do that. But that goes into the concept, what does the modern day woman want? Now, we're saying she wants to have her cake and eat it too. The idea about it as well, though, is now, would you open door for men? Now, is that too masculine for you women to do if you want to open the door for men. You understand what I'm saying? Like, those are the different things that I want to know, because we're talking about this equality nonsense, right? And just a side note about how they talk about male culture. Male culture only exists when a man is doing something negative, okay? It doesn't exist when a man is doing the proper thing, or he's being a quote-unquote simp, or he's being a beta. Male culture doesn't exist then. This is the mindset of a woman, because I just had a conversation with a woman that the other day talking about male culture. You see what I mean? And then they talk shit about the manosphere. They talk shit about men who have a voice like me, who's not afraid to sit up there and speak against them. You understand? And this is not me expressing no type of rage. But I mean, this obviously goes into the mate determinant. Do you want to deal with a woman that has entitlement issues, that will sit up there and try to tell you verbatim, this is what you do and this is what you don't do? A man should do this, a man should do that. And just for the record, do not ever allow a woman to tell you what a man should do. Okay? You learn how to be a man from other fellow men. All right? That's what I need y'all to understand, dog. So that's the odds. But just going back on that whole thing about male culture, I don't understand how culture exists. You understand what I'm saying? How does that exist? How does culture exist? Male culture exist. It's just like how they try to say the R word culture exists. How does that exist? And matter of fact, let me just look right now quickly another article that I want to bring up, just so we can look at the definition together. All right, let's look up this definition together. All right, let me go to let me look on culture, because I need people to understand what culture is before they go outside and say stupid shit like male culture or male, misogynist talking points and all these different things, just so y'all have an understanding. Let's go to etymology. I want to go to etymology so we can type this joint up, yo. Etymology online. That's my favorite one. Now, let's go to... Hold up. I'm going to load up the screen for a second. I got you. All right. So I'm going to share my screen one more time. Share my screen, dog. All right, so see right here where it says culture. This is a noun, mid-15th century, the tilling of land, act of preparing the earth for crops. From Latin cultura, or cultivating agriculture, figuratively care, culture, or honoring. From past principle stems a color, to tend, guard, to till, cultivate. See colony, meaning the cultivation of rearing of a crop, act of promoting growth in plants. 1620s was transferred to fish, oysters, etc. by 1796, then to production of bacteria or other microorganisms in a sustainable environment. 1880, then product of such a culture. 1884, the figurative sense of cultivating through education, systematic improvement, or refinement of the mind, is attested by 15th century dictionary writes that it was not common before the 19th century, except with strong consciousness of the metaphor involved, though used in Latin by Cicero, meaning learning and taste and the intellectual side of civilization, is by 1805. The closely related sense of collective customs and achievements of a people, a particular form of collective intellectual development, is by 1867. For without culture or holiness, which are always the gift of a very few, a man may renounce wealth or any other external thing, but he cannot renounce hatred, envy, jealousy or revenge. Read that again. Hold on. A man may renounce wealth or any other external thing, but he cannot renounce hatred, envy, jealousy, revenge. Culture is the sanctity of the intellect. William Butler Yeats Journal, March 7th, 1909. Now, of course, they're going to get into the whole idea of like culture vulture. So slang is culture vulture. One ferocious for culture is from 1947. Culture shock, disorientation, experience when a person moves to a different cultural environment or in an unfamiliar way of life. is attested by 1940. Ironic or contemptuous spelling, culture, is attested from 1940, pound, and compare culture. Now let's get to the definition, though. Just really quickly, let's get to the definition before I end this live. Now, this is what it says. The first definition says the arts and other manifestations of human intellectual achievement regarded collectively. The customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or other social group. Okay. What's good with you, Tampa? So, all right, just Tampa, just so you understand, I just got out of nowhere and started talking about culture, right? Because somebody said to me something about male culture. You know, one of these like feminist, liberal women talking all that dumbass shit. You know what I'm saying? But just off topic because this has to deal with mate determinant. I'm off it if I find out a shorty is a feminist. And what we were saying earlier when we started this live, we was talking about, does your state or your city determine, I meant to say, does your state or your city determine your outlook on women? Now, like I said before, give me my example. I'm from New York. So the way that I view New York girls is not how I'm going to view women of the United States or just in general. Now, there are certain attributes where I'm just like, women do act like this. It doesn't matter what state you're from. But women do act like this in regards to how it is. But yeah, I say for sure, yo, I will never ever deal with a woman that's on that liberal shit. She might be good for some good. Oh shoot, Antisocial is here. Those of you still live. Peace. But my thing is this. Plain example. Said it, and I said it before. I will never deal with a woman that's on that liberal shit. Never will. Never will happen. Never will go down. If I ever find out she's trying to pollute my mind with that whole entire you should feel bad with being a man and having a penis and having an Adam's apple, I was like, I'm not apologizing for being born. And this is the thing, though. Now, Tampa, I'm going to pick your mind for a second because I want to see where you're going to go with this. What are we defining as traditional women? Like, this is something I'm going to ask the brothers in the manosphere one day. What do we define as traditional women? Because we have an understanding if the woman from back in the day is traditional, the whole outlook of traditional women would be different in this time and era. And especially if we're always saying that a good amount of women is structured by feminism, it's done. Yo, Tampa, did you get that from Chronicles of Judah? Liberal women are agents of chaos. Yo, man, shout outs to the Chronicles of Judah, because that's the first thing that came to mind. But that's what I mean. So what? Because is it going to be a factor that traditional women are a factor of today? You understand what I'm saying? So feminine and respectful. Exactly. And that's what we start off with. You understand what I'm saying? Because hold on. That's where you start off with it. You know, I agree with that. Feminine and respectful. Not out of line. Not out of. Oh, yeah. Straight up. Yeah, that guy is dope. I still watch his videos today on Patreon. For real. He's dope. But that's what I mean. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, respectful and feminine. Now, I don't even understand why women have a problem with being feminine and thinking that femininity is a problem. Now, the thing about it is, does your state or your city determine where are you likely to find a feminine woman in your state or your city? Is it slim to none? Is it a good chance? Now, there's certain people that feel as if they have to go to a different state to find a feminine woman. Or passport bros, or certain people feel like they have to go out of the country to find a feminine woman. And it's nothing wrong with that. But I did do this live just to shed light on what's the mate determinant. Is it directly affected from the state you're from? Is your outlook on your mate from the state that you're from or the city you're from, or that's just your outlook in general? Because that's like me saying that women in New York mean that every woman that I meet that's not from New York is just like a New York woman. And that's not fair. Because I can't say that a woman from New York is just like a woman from another state or city, because I don't know. But then another side of me says I don't really care what state or city they're from. If they're respectful of me and respectful of my wishes, that's all I care about. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to get at when I'm saying this. If y'all get what I'm coming from. All right, though. If y'all want to hit the link up, I think I'm gonna do another 20 minutes. I would like to hear you guys' perspective. I would like Antisocial to bless. I would like Antisocial to bless the panel and Demetrius. Make sure y'all subscribe to Antisocial Socialite, please. She has very dope content. Very dope content. For real, for real. And I believe she did just do a live. I don't know, if she's gonna have another live, but I'll jump on that one if she does. Oh yes. Antisocial Socialite. Glad to see you. You there? Hold up. Unmute.
There we go. Yeah, I saw you'd gone live, and I didn't really plan anything, but everyone was saying they wanted to do a part 2. Hi everybody in the chat. They wanted to do a part 2 to the Umar situation, and the whole you stole my talking point. But yeah, I didn't really have much to say on it. I've already kind of gone ham in pretty much every chat or comment section I've come across what I think of Tommy. So I was out of steam.
Let's get into that. Let's get into that.
We can, yeah. And I saw that you were live, and I said, I've got to shut it down because this one is not going anywhere. But I am normally asleep at this time. That's why even when I join, I can't come up. Yeah. I'm like, I've got to go on tonight. I've got to. So friendship heights, mate determinant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, femininity. Where to begin?
I'm curious, I was trying to ask brothers in the chat, does your viewpoint, or even as a woman, if feel comfortable, does the men from your city determine your outlook on men in general? And I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but I'll talk to certain dudes, and they be like, yeah, I'm not gonna date a girl from my state or my city, or this is how women act, just based upon where they're from. We
have that issue more with country. There's certain countrywide stereotypes that people don't fancy they don't like men from certain places. So it's not so much area because we're such a small. I mean, black people are really only clustered in London. There aren't huge populations of black people outside of London. And so it's more a cultural thing, Africans versus West Indians and things like that, if I'm honest. But in terms of dating from a particular area, you're more likely outside of urban areas to find women who are more traditionally minded. Because London is very much like New York. You've got a melting pot of culture. It's very fast paced. And then in the urban areas, you've got a lot of the same kind of issues in terms of people, the Pookie and the Ray Ray, let's just call it like that. So, yeah, we have in the urban parts of London, you have some of the similar problems and complaints that brothers in America will have.
So let me probe you a little bit too. So do you notice that when it comes to cultures in particular, that they put certain, well, as a woman, you're free to tell me what has been around your friends or social gathering. Have they put men of a certain culture on a pedestal? Have you found yourself putting men of a different nation that is on a different pedestal? Because I understand London usually has a population of when it comes to black, 3%. And then, because I speak to people in London now, because of, the manosphere, they'll tell me the mixed population is 0.75, is less than 1%, something like that. But has it been like that, from your experience? They put men on a certain pedestal? Have you heard women or men
It's
put women
more
on a certain
likely to
pedestal?
be West Indian because West Indian people, are closer in terms of coming out of slavery.
Hmm.
Um, and you have a lot of people who are white from the West Indies. So they're born and raised in the West Indies. They identify with Jamaican or something, but they are actually very fair mulattoes and things like that. So they are more inclined to do the whole colorism, pedestalization of men of other races type of thing.
Mm.
But in terms of, because we don't have a long-standing history of black people in the UK, so a lot of the people who are of African descent, they've only been in the country a few generations, so they still tend to date amongst each other, you know, for cultural reasons, religious reasons. They fellowship together, they come over, they have a lot of family, so they're more likely to date each other. So that's not such a big issue amongst Africans. But the issues you have with black women in the States, you see that a lot in Afro-Caribbean culture.
Right. I agree. Because it's funny because what I heard is like Caribbeans, because being in New York, I'm used to being around Caribbeans and Africans. Africans, it is true. Africans do want to stay with Africans. Like they're more like, they'll date more of Africans. And I'm like, I had my times where I did want to date certain African girls, and it was like interesting me too. But when it comes to Caribbeans, the Caribbeans is funny because they do differentiate themselves from, so-called African Americans. I'm a so-called African American myself. And they'll say, yeah, we still believe in a two-parent household and we still believe in, being there for the man. I was like, no, that's bullshit because
Yeah,
depending on where you're from, right?
yeah,
Caribbeans that be in Brooklyn, like for instance, Fabro. So being from Brooklyn or the Bronx, no, that's not true. Y'all sit up there and produce out of wedlock children, just like everybody else, right? Because it's
yeah.
the
That's
melting
more
pot.
common. Yeah,
In Latin, like, and also the Latin population, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, they do the exact same thing. So to me, it's just kind of like don't preach this whole thing about how Caribbeans is just more of the upper echelon when it comes to stability in relationships. Like, no, I don't agree with that. And then it gets to a point that certain groups of so-called African Americans may feel as if like they're more traditional, they have more traditional value. Like us from the north, we're usually attracted to women from the south that live in like places like Georgia, Florida,
yeah.
Mississippi,
Southern
Alabama.
belles.
Yeah, and I never understood why I was attracted to them as much as I was, but it was just like, they're like, oh, they're kind, they're more feminine, and blah blah blah, and this that and third, and the women there understand that, they get that, and then they was
Because
like,
I
well, I
think you
like
have
other dudes.
in the South, you have, I can't remember what it is, but it's called like etiquette lessons.
um,
Is it? It's not color guard, is it?
color
No.
guard, nah, no, no.
There's something that they have to do, and it's
Southern,
like they learn
I
how
don't.
to walk, and I think they perch the book on their head and
Oh, I
then
know exactly what you're talking
learn how to
about.
set the
Yeah,
table for tea,
right,
and
right, right, right.
just
They
like they
taught
learn
those
how to.
traditional values, and it's like,
Yeah,
they still know the Southern hospitality.
yes, you see. And unfortunately, we don't have anything like that because Britain actually loves setting the trends for changing culture.
Is that
British
right?
people are very proud of all of the traditions that they've kind of abandoned. So
I thought y'all was still always polite.
yeah, we have a little bit of that, but you have to be wealthy to know that. If you're a working class person, a lot of the traditions, things that was common amongst British people in general, have kind of been abandoned.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
as for people, 'cause like I said, we don't have centuries of black people. We don't have a long history of black people in the UK. People have been here maybe maximum, let's say, 5 generations from the 60s, from like the
Hmm.
West Indies. But after a few generations, the people get indoctrinated into the Western culture. They fully embrace it. Everything that you see the West doing, they do it. They identify more. They're proud of their culture, where they come from, but in their mannerisms, like you said about the out of wedlock kids and the attitude and the dressing and everything, I mean, they're indistinguishable from any other Western black person.
Right. And you know, the reason why I picked up on it more is because I'm usually associated with, you know, loving the music. So I noticed, like, you know, drill was popular. Then I seen these artists that's in the UK really going
Exactly. I
hard with the
mean, drill
drill.
is huge here.
Yeah, and then that drill spread it over to Australia, a couple of other places, and it starts to become more of a
I
worldwide
think it's in
phenomenon.
Russia.
Oh, it's in Russia now?
I Russia, and it's like if they catch you playing it, there's big problems.
That's crazy. But I mean, yeah, I mean, I agree with what you're saying. It's just that, you know, now when you're talking about the westernization about things, you know, is there the likelihood to find someone that might be traditional? Because this concept of traditional seems as if it's kind of like one of those trite phrases to look for the anomaly. You
It's
know what I'm
true.
saying? And it's like, okay, we can brag all day. I need a traditional woman. I need a traditional woman. Now, is that the reality of the situation? Like, what is the probability you're gonna bump into a liberal woman? What's the probability you're gonna bump into a woman, maybe such as yourself or women in the space that have an understanding about how it is to be a woman and be respectful towards a man, and a man being respectful towards you? You know, what's that? That's that. What's the probability on that? We don't know. It's insane. But yeah, yeah. Are you still there? I don't know if you muted. 88.
Somehow I muted myself. I don't know. The probability is not going to be high because traditional is something you have to have modeled for you as well. You know, if you never watched your mother doing those things, it's going to be tough for you to know is expected of you and how to interpret it. And there are so many voices pulling modern women in different directions away from traditionalism. You know, I think a lot more women are going to come back to the table, but it's not because of anything other than they're realizing it's not working. I think a lot more women are realizing feminism has really lied to them and it doesn't work because there's already like a traditionalist movement in places like Australia where women are leaving their jobs to go and be housewives.
Hmm.
To average men, they're not looking for millionaires and six-figure earners, just normal average men. But they're like, I don't want to go through what I don't want my kids to go through what I went through, which is my parents were never at home. I was a latchkey kid. I raised myself, kind of thing, and I'm not fulfilled in my job. I would rather be at home with my children.
Right.
So a lot more women are waking up that feminism, they were sold a bill of goods and it didn't work out. It didn't work out for them.
But you're not gonna really see it happen at a rapid
It's
rate.
gonna take no, it's gonna take
Yeah,
a lot.
and especially in the UK and the US, especially that video you showed before I came here about that 48-year-old woman that was talking. And it's like, what I started to notice is so many women will use the money as the husband altar. And they say, yeah, as long as I'm chasing that bag, you know, I'm gonna just quote them for what they say verbatim. A nigga don't mean shit because I'm getting that bag though. You know what I mean? And you'll
Yeah,
be
I mean,
sitting there like, what?
exactly. And then they're talking about getting younger guys, and you know, they basically think as long as I can afford to pay for what I want, I don't really need to ever acquiesce. And this is going, you know, for me personally, you know, my big thing is, you know, black women create the men they complain about. You want men who are compromised. You want men who are weak, who can't lead and who can't financially outpace you, because that means you'll always be able to control them with your money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, brothers do need to get their money up. They do need to excel because these women, they will always use the fact that they have money as a way to kind of lord it over you.
I agree. And I wanted to tell you something too. I remember being on the the arch nemesis chat. He goes with his last name is Truth. I ain't gonna let the secret be out there, but you know what I'm talking about. So I was in the dude's chat one night, and I heard the woman talking. She admitted she was in her 40s, and I was like, there we go, another one of them, one of the 40-year-olds sitting up there talking ish again. And her whole entire talking point was to say, yeah, I work in corporate America, and it's just sad to see all these black men that have these blue collar jobs as security guards, and what was the other job? Maintenance cleaners, right? And she said that, and I'm listening to the conversation. Yeah, y'all always want to talk about us and da 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 this, that, and the third. I trust the Pookies and Ray Rays more. And I was like, what? So you said all of what you said. Yes, she was antisocial. She was in her 40s. I believe she said she was 44 years old. Okay? Like, I was in that chat, and like, of course, the women was trying to argue with me, like, go for like little fishy points, like, why do you talk like that? Your grammar, and why are you so mad? And da-da-da. And then it's like, I'm gonna tell you, I tried to go up on his panel. I did.
That's not gonna work.
No. But this is the thing. He was ready because he was calling me names and all that. He was calling me names.
Oh wow.
He was calling me names. He was calling me Dusty, or calling me like, oh yeah, you're.
Well, he calls himself Dusty,
which is the dumbest thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think he called me the C word as well. I forgot, but he was calling me names. He was calling me names, right? So I was like,
we're talking about Coon, right? We're talking about Coon.
Yes.
Okay, phew.
Okay, so yeah, exactly. So he's calling me Coon, and then called me some other names or something like that. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna hit the StreamYard link. So I was like, okay, let me wait on the StreamYard link. You know what this dude did? This dude says, okay, yeah, we got Bronzebird in the back chat, but yeah, if you're gonna come up here, come over here and be respectful, blah blah blah, and this, that, and the third. And I said, I want to have a conversation. Like, I want to have a conversation. He's like, so you know what? It's my panel. You're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait until they're done, and when I feel like it. Then I was like, I'm not about to sit here for 10 to 15 minutes to wait for you to put me on a panel so that we can have a discussion, bro. So that I can kill you with these statistics, and I can just blow you down to bits because you don't know what you're talking about. Then he changed his mind and says, no, I don't want nobody else on the panel, and blah blah blah. And I was just like, okay, first of all, I see the same old women that get on these panels talking shit about black men. Then I sit up there and be on the women's panels that sit up there talking about we should come together. So what, yo, and he said, Deadass said to me, he was like, yeah, I changed my mind. We all change our mind. No, I don't want you on a panel. I was like, yeah, you don't want that fade. You don't want to shoot that fade, man. You don't want to shoot that fade. Because he knows. And it's like, because his whole army, because this is why I started to realize it's kind of related to Friendship Heights and Mate Determinant, but I'm saying what you have to deal with now is I try to say this to Hammer. I was like, it comes to a point after a while, the women that's that level up divestors, they're using the lie and the logic to say the reason why we come into these panels is to sit up there and hold black men accountable. Now they'll say that, and they'll say, so what are you trying to do? We want to build the black community. The fuck out of here. Y'all don't want to build no black community. That's bullshit, and you know it. Because if you did, you would care what we say and what we think, and then be able to have a civilized discussion without ad hominem attacks and actually attacking me for who I am, which is a so-called black man, right? And the thing about it is with him, those women in the chat they always saying that. Like, they always like, yeah, well, a man this and a man that, blah, 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 the single mother, and they was talking about they ain't gonna wear no condom when we have sex. And it's like, so are you trying to say that all of us think like that? Like, we definitely say, let's not be protected. I don't want to be protected.
Even though black men are the biggest users of condoms.
See now, don't talk with logic now, Lady A. Because if you talk with logic, that's gonna get you into trouble. It's gonna get you into trouble. They don't want that. They want you to argue, say, see, this is what a Pookie is. This is what a ratchet Keisha is. Because I bet you right now, you go in that panel, they're trying to call you a Keisha.
I don't even understand. Yeah, I don't understand. Well, they called me combative.
Mm-hmm.
They told me I was combative, and I was, because when I went up on the panel,
Whoa, 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 whoa,
um,
whoa, whoa, wait, hold on. You went to that panel?
I did, because we were kind of we were having a conversation in the chat, and he said, "I'm not gonna go back and forth with you anymore. You know, be a man. And when I do my next live, you know, come up on the panel." And one night I couldn't sleep because, you know, at the time when he's doing his panel, it's like late night, early morning.
Right.
And I happened to see he was on. I was like, this is it. Because I got onto a panel once before and dropped myself off, and he made sure I didn't get the link again. You
Well, you
see,
know what?
so
I wanna play back of that. So just make sure if you find
I
it.
did a live stream, but yeah, you can just go to his channel. You'll find the because I was so furious because he wouldn't let me speak and he dropped me down.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, when he you know, he said she can come back up if she's gonna basically behave herself. And I was like, no,
Allegedly.
I'm gonna go fire up my own live stream and now talk smack about you. How dare you? You know, it was crazy. But he was on the panel, and uh, the guy with the hat kept timing me out and like deleting my comments a lot. So it's just
Right.
like, what kind of pettiness is this? The
Oh.
argument was, there
No,
was a
go ahead, go
black
ahead.
man that he's not going to let on his panel again until he stops complaining about black women's weight and builds a gym.
It's that. Oh my god. But
Until
this
he
is
put together a workout program for these women,
uh-huh.
he's not going to let the man back on his panel. So I said, why would you ask a brother to make a gym, excuse me, or a workout program when most of the problem to do with weight is what we eat? It's like, do you want him to police everybody's eating habits as well? And then he's like, we got into it about the money and who's financially doing better, black men or white men. And I'm like, this is a
As
false
always.
equilibrium.
As always, right?
Yeah, he
Like
literally pulled up, like he just word saladed me, and I lost my temper, and I was like, if you want to say so, no, it's not if I say so, it's not if I say so. Let me show you statistic after image and stat. And I was like, what? It's like,
you got ratchet on him, and that's the thing. He does not know how to debate. The thing about it is that he got. I mean, because he went on MOT's panel, and
oh my God.
when
Did
I
he
tell you
live?
they, oh no, they got at him. I was happy,
They
and then
must
I
have
pulled up.
butchered him to
Oh,
death.
they whooped that ass. But I was. They even highlighted my comment, right? Because I went in there and I saw him. I was like, oh, this dude is in here. This is a man that talks about he wants respect, but at the same time, this guy trolls on different
Does he want
panels.
respect? I
He
thought he
does
wanted to
not.
be their mule.
Hey, look,
I thought he
listen.
wanted to be their doormat.
I seem like it, you know. And the thing about it is, I said, yo, this is the same dude that was on GC's panel talking about he doesn't even date black women. He dates white and Latinas. And
Really?
when I tell you another dude was like, yeah, that's true, because there was a picture of him at prom and he was with a white woman and he saw a black woman on the side. Said that dude, man, like when I tell you we got at him, I said, yo, I got the clips. I got the clips. And you know, he tried to piggyback. He was like, no, Bronzebird, I've been in a relationship with a black woman for 5 years. Yeah, but what you said on GC's panel didn't mean that, so I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, you think we really gonna take your word for it because you're being a panderer to these women and having these women on your panel sitting up there doing interviews about how they're OnlyFans models and all that other stuff, and about how you have these older women and all this nonsense, you know what I'm saying? Sweet Tea, no, who's Coach C? I don't know who Coach C is. No, we're not talking about him though. Welcome. Um, but no, I mean you've seen that, and it's just like you have these women on a panel, and you know he's trying to pander. You know what I mean? And my whole thing
Yeah, he
is,
always has the same collection of women around him, and I've seen them in divestment channels.
oh
The
God,
divestors are the worst. The
I had a
divestors are
debate with
literally
them.
the ones that will tell you don't give birth to a black male child.
This is a contradiction with them though. The kind of first of all, I didn't get along with one of them because they was just directly disrespectful towards me. You know what I'm saying? They throwing ad hominem attacks, started talking about my family members and all that. You know, and because we was having a conversation, and then it's stupid ass narrative they always go with the single parent household, men, y'all men, and it's like, okay, so remember we always say it takes two to tangle. The man is just as equally responsible as the woman is. I don't understand why I keep saying the same thing. You're agreeing, but you're disagreeing with what I'm saying. So anyway, then this girl jumps on different panels, right? She jumps on different panels with the beta men that I call them because they just disagree. I'm sorry. I don't know who Coach C is. Just type out who Coach C is. Is that really his name, sweetie? If that's, I don't know who Coach C is.
I can't think who Coach C would be. Coach.
Yeah. All right, yeah, sweet tea. If you want to jump on a panel and explain who that is, you're more than welcome to. But I don't know who Coach C is. Elaborate who Coach C is, or drop the link to the channel so I can view it later. Anyway, where was I? So this woman, who's a proud divester, she always claims that black women should be able to seek other options and this and the third, and about how she hates being referred to, saying that she hates black men and all these different things. I'm like, but it's true though. All of your talking points is to sit up there and say how black men is defeated and they're the worst. They're dusty, they're this, that, and the third. And I'm like, you care so much about what black men think, right? And what black men do. Why is all of your content related to sit up there shitting on black men, right? Then you go on a Pan-African channel. A Pan-African panel. And be in the chats, having conversations with a woman you know damn well cares for black men and black women. So why are you divestors tiptoeing around when it comes to conversation? Now, if I say I hate black women, right, I wouldn't have you on this panel, right? That would be true. If I really said verbatim out my mouth, Bronzebird said, I hate black women. If I was to ever say that, you wouldn't be on the panel. I wouldn't be having conversations with black women who get it. I would think Shahrazad Ali is a joke. And I would think other women in the space that have an understanding are just pandering. If I really was like that, that would be the way to go about it, right? But this is the reason I don't understand divestors. Divestors make their whole entire talking points to say, oh, black men are defeated. Okay, if black men are defeated, why y'all still making
101 videos?
Why y'all making 101 videos about the same shit over and over again? Naval Saint, what's good, man?
Hey, what's up? Hold on. Let me get my mic adjusted and all that.
All right, straight. But I'm just finish off. You make 100 videos saying the same thing over and over again. And this is why I have to warn brothers now that y'all got to stop having conversations with them. After a while, you just have to get the ones who are willing to listen and deal with them. Because we're trying to dedicate in a space. You don't deal with women like that. Because those women have nothing but a negative view on you. They're talking about leveling up and get the bag, get that Birkins. If he can't pay for them Birkins, he broke.
OnlyFans gotta pay for those Birkins.
You know, so if he can't pay for the Birkins, he broke.
That's crazy.
Oh man, it's crazy, man. Hold up,
Sweet tea.
Oh, okay. So let me read the comment. The only reason I say the women is more responsible is because we carry and give birth. Now, sweet tea, I'm going to warn you, you can't speak with logic in certain spaces. All right? Lady ain't tried it and they aired it out. You understand?
Hey, Bronze, I'm going to hop off the panel,
real,
but can you let me back on because I'm having trouble with my mic, all right?
Oh, just click the link again, bro. I got it right there in the chat.
Yeah, the thing about divestors is divestors have a real problem because they can't go anywhere. You know, divestors can't leave because there just aren't enough men of other races to take them on. And if you think that that black men are bad, the things you get away with black men, you will never get away with other races of men. Right. And so divestors, deep down, they're frustrated because they want to leave, but they can't go anywhere because there's no one to take them on.
They're gonna be like
They
that
talk a good
48-year-old in the
game about
video.
wanting to leave. They talk a good game, but the reality is this: there's no way that that's going to become a reality because there just aren't enough non-black men to take them on.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But, I mean, it's a lot of deflection, and it's a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like they're doing a magic trick where they're trying to distract you with this notion of we care about the community and black men are defeated. But like I said,
Hypocrisy.
they're not
Exactly.
genuine
Hypocrisy.
about it. They're not genuine because they actually contribute to the dysfunction with the things that they promote about men and women. So they're not genuine. They're not genuine about really caring about the community. And this is why I like Edward Anderson. He says you just have to tell them to go. If you can do everything you said about black men is correct, good luck with your white man. And just see what they say. Because they want you to fight. They want you to argue for them and things like that. It's like, no, if black men are so awful, you just need to go and get a non-black man and they'll be happy. Then they'll start with we save the community, we want to build the community, we fight for you and we march for you. And it's like, you're giving us things we don't want or need. So it's best you just go. And just let them leave. They're gone already, so just let them go. You can't build with everybody, especially people who don't want to build. So yeah, just let them go. They're not gonna be missed.
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not perfect, but I'm trying to right the wrongs. Okay, a lot of black women haven't come that far yet, and so
But admitting there's a fault is the most important thing.
Dimitri, we were just talking about that. You've got to make some sacrifices. You've got to let things go. And if these black women don't want to let things go in order to have a community, then they just have to get left.
True. Hey, Azor, what you got on it, man? You hear background, man.
My background. Oh, so basically, you guys can hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So in my background, yeah, that's a picture of a naval commander. So yeah, but anyways, on the topic. So it has come to my understanding that there are, black women like Cynthia G that are bashing black men, right? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah. So how does she say that she wants to build with black men, but she's over here bashing black men and calling black men dusty when she actually procreated with a dusty? Let's keep that in mind.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she really did procreate with a dusty, so she can't talk any shit. And like I just don't like I can understand where she's going with this. There are black men out there who are bashing black women, saying, hey guys, don't get with them black women. They trash. Get you white girl, man. Get you one. I can understand that. However, she needs to realize that black women are, there are black women that are, struggling and doing all these misdeeds as well. Okay, and I've yet to see her say anything about that, like mention anything about what black women do. Okay, the ratchet culture that we're in, like the whole community, like the community as a whole is like it's in disarray, and we have to do something about that. Like, and I think like we should all be honest with each other and be direct with each other in order to have a conversation. Okay.
I say it like this, Azor. I say you have to build with a tribe that's like-minded. That's why I say when you get women like Antisocial Socialite, just to name a few, you Jessica X, Sweet Melody Speaks, Chantel Simone, Danica Marie, Erica Lashai, Goddess Ayana, I can go on because this is just beyond YouTube. This is also stuff I see on IG. You gotta build with the tribe. Women that have an understanding, and of course we're not going to agree on everything, but they have an understanding. They're really trying to put behind the BS. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the ones you build with. The ones that call themselves divestors, level up, but they have that serpent attitude to say that they're for the community, but they're sitting up there bashing you the whole entire time. Sorry, I'll see you later. You know what I'm saying? You can jump on the first freight train now to run into a river. You understand? I'm not interested in hearing from you. You know, and also, when it comes to men, we have to also understand a good amount of these men ain't your friends. Because pookies are not allowed to the cookout now. Male feminists and men like, dare I say his name, last name Truth, is not allowed. Is not allowed to the cookout. You understand what I'm saying? You cannot even get a swallow of Kool-Aid at the cookout. You could get breadcrumbs.
I think I know who you're talking about.
We shall not mention this man's name. He doesn't even know that I have a YouTube channel. I keep it at that because I have very low subscriptions compared to him, which is fine, right? But dare I mention this guy's name, okay? We don't need guys like him. And that dude, Mr. Candy, he's not even around no more because I roasted him.
Not?
Nah, he's not around no more because I roasted him too. I was like,
has anybody checked his bedroom lately? You know, I stepped away. I left them alone because I don't want their demise on my head. So I'm just
I checked, dude. And my thing about it is with him, I said, why do you care? And I'm not saying this to be like graphic, but I said, why do you care about another man where he sticks his dick in another country? Why do you care? Why are y'all so concerned about the passport bros and them going to another country to find happiness, and you're sitting up there talking about holding men accountable? You weak juice, bro. You can't come around on panels speaking that nonsense, and I checked you. I like, you know what I'm saying? And I had to, you know what, Antisocial, I had to level back on that because I realized, you know what, I don't even really feel like doing this whole entire roasting bit with people I think is wrong in the first place. Now, if it comes to a debate, I need that dude, last name Truth, dare not to say his name, we can get the statistics going and I can prove him wrong. You know? Because you got to hit him with a couple of questions, of course. But, but seriously, don't worry about it.
Tactic, yeah. He likes the Sin-G tactic where he just basically filibusters the conversation with a ton of word salad. And, you know, you can't answer 5 points, half of which are not even, you know, predicated on truth. Do you know what I mean? It's just like he hits you with 5 statements and half of them are not even accurate. It would take it takes half the conversation to correct the statement to make it true to then address it. And it's like, haha, you wasn't able to rebut my talking points. It's like, no, your talking points didn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. What's up?
Now, here's the thing. Here's something that Kevin Samuels brought up. Like, this is a conversation that he had with a few other guys. All right. Do you hear me now?
Yeah, you good.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, Kevin Samuels rated himself a 9. Do y'all think he's a 9?
I'm a man. I can't speak on that, bro.
Like this dude, a 52-year-old man, rate himself a freaking 9.
I would have picked an 8. I think he's quite cute, and when he wears his hoodie,
what?
What?
Come on, this is a woman's perspective. What? You mean what?
He's a solid 7.5. He's an 8. I think he's cute.
Look at Sweet Tea says. Wait, Sweet Tea says 9 of what? Spades?
So that Jimmy Cricket looking ass guy.
God damn.
He is not oh my god, oh no.
Sorry. When he wears that hoodie, I really like it. And I like glasses. I've got a thing for glasses.
And yeah. You know what? Glasses on people enhances their look. I'm not gonna lie on that. It does. Yeah. It enhances their look.
I just think it means smart. So yeah, so go on. Anyway, let's just say I didn't say yes. Let's pretend I said no.
No, anti. I'm keeping this, and I'm gonna remember this in the back of my head. So
Oh my God.
next time you stream, I'm gonna remember this.
Everybody knows, like, everybody knows I like Kevin, but they didn't know I thought he was like, oh, I wish I hadn't said that now.
Too late. Too late.
Okay, you know,
Oh
okay,
yeah.
go on. What was the point? He
Coach
said he
C,
didn't
real
deny it, he
quick.
disagreed.
Coach C says she's talking about, I assume it's a she, Devin Sharp. Well, I don't really watch Devin Sharp videos. Like, I've seen a couple of his videos, but I don't watch him on a consistent basis. So, but I know
Who's
of him.
that?
The Devin
Who?
Sharp, I don't want to say he's affiliated with the Manosphere per se.
Are you
Who?
talking
Donovan
about
Sharp?
Donovan
Donovan?
Sharp. Yeah, Donovan Sharp. She said
Because
Oh,
Devin
he's a
what?
Sharp.
douche.
He's
He's
douche.
yeah. No, I call him Donovan Simp.
Donovan Sim.
Yeah, suckers idolize mediocre pussy. That's the
Because
acronym of it.
apparently he got exposed as having a wife, and it's kind of like that's what kind of made me think about this whole thing about why can't men and women need to admit they just want to be together and get the job done.
That's what I say. Like, it's a lot of people that try to expose that faux alpha, and I'm the dude that says I believe in relationships. I have no problems being with relationships. I just say that men need to be smart with the women they're dealing with. And also, I would say the same thing with women. Y'all just got to be smart with the type of men that you date. Now, if you know he's a degenerate, you can't get mad if something goes out of line. You're expecting that. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
I'm pro relationships. Like, I've said that since day one. I'm pro relationships. I never tried to
But
say
here's the thing.
never women. Like, I've never tried to
But
say
Bronze,
that. Yeah, go ahead.
here's the thing though. So basically, like the guys that donate to him, like he don't even help those guys out. Like that's all he cares about, just money and clout. That's what Donovan cares about. And he hasn't even helped anybody. So he's full of shit.
Yeah, it was a weird thing because there was a lot of exposing going on of people's partners, and allegedly a lot of these men, teaching you allegedly how to get women who are 8s, 9s, and 10s have very average or even below average looking women. And so it was interesting. But we know that men will drop their standard if they feel like the woman has more to offer than just looks. Men often will date down in looks wise if they can get the substance, and it looks like Devin has got his back very much so.
So she says they exposed his wife as ugly and white, and him having some nerve. This was white fuck.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
Bronze,
God.
I'm about to hop off. I gotta go do some stuff. But hey, thanks for let me on your panel, bro.
Bro, you
Really
don't even
appreciate
have
it.
to thank me, man. You always welcome here, bro. You know it.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Peace, man.
Peace. All right. Later.
Peace. So now mysteriously wants to say I can turn a hoe into a housewife. You got that power, huh? Okay.
I don't think you can turn her unless she wants to turn.
Unless she wants to be a housewife. Okay?
Unless you're just a pimp like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, unless you got Mac like that. Do you have control over nowadays you gotta ask, do you have control over her OnlyFans? Can you turn an OnlyFans girl into a housewife? Mysteriously,
Oh my gosh. Back in the day, they weren't even getting paid that much to parade on the internet. Do you know what I mean? But now it's like I can just turn on a camera, transfer all my Instagram pictures, and get paid. It's like
that's what I'm saying. It like the thing about it is like who did I see? One of the Simmons sisters. The dudes from Run DMC. Forgot his name. What are the Simmons sisters? Because one of them turned out to be kind of like out there. The other sister was like more like reserved. And I thought she was more prettier than the one that's out there. So, the other one, she had a kid with a basketball player.
Okay.
She had some type of affairs with Bow Wow and Little Romeo.
How can't Bow Wow keep himself to himself? Is anybody safe from Bow Wow?
No, Bow Wow is a little Mac.
It looks like it.
He's a little Mac. He know who to get. He was dating Sierra too. And yeah, so she got her kid or whatever, and I don't know if you touched on it. Yes. Thank you for bringing that up, sweetie. Angela Simmons. So, had a child with a gangster that died. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, he died. Okay.
Isn't Angela Simmons the one whose child is touching her inappropriately?
See, I was just about to. Thank you. That's divine. That's divine intuition. Or divine, yeah. See, I just was about to say that. Thank you for bringing that up. So yeah, and then it was that picture about that little boy touching her butt, right? And then after that, now it's all of a sudden she has an OnlyFans. Now she has an OnlyFans, and she's basically it's like the same pictures that you getting on the Instagram is basically like you getting on the OnlyFans, and certain women market that off that they're not being exclusive with it. Like I like certain people to say to me like, or certain women I might have heard from. It's like, yeah, I gotta get this OnlyFans. I'm like, why? It's like, oh, cause it's like I don't understand how y'all jump on trends. But then who do I blame? I blame the men, because I have to blame the men for participating and getting that. Exactly. And it's like, because y'all are the ones that's gassing them up to continue to do what they're doing, right? Like my thing is like, and I'm not trying to say this as like, oh yeah, I get it, but it's just like I can see all that just by a relationship, or if I feel like pumping and dumping. I don't want to see stuff on camera for something I can legitimately see if I build a connection with the woman of my choice. Okay. And that's why I don't understand these things. What's up?
I wanted to say, like, I got into it the other day with a guy. He was saying that I'm brainwashed, and I missed the point that you have to address the men. And I was like, yeah, I agree, but we got to also get the women, because the women are like, they raise these men, but also if these men get together, who will they marry? But I'm like, how exactly are you going to incentivize these men to actually to give up on their leverage? They can get sex for free. They don't have to work. They don't have to be about anything. They can literally they get access for nothing. So why would men go against their own interests?
I don't. And it's like, but that's why I think I might do a panel on this maybe in the future about sexual discipline, because we're not just talking about sexual discipline as in, or you see a woman that has a nice shape and you look at her body and all that other stuff, you automatically want to have sex with her, so that's your intention of talking to her. Because this is also something I'm putting a teaser out there, because it inspired me to do a video like this. Like the idea that certain dressing styles may, give off the energy. Because in the black community, they say, oh, that girl's moving too fast based off of the outfit she's wearing. But I just wonder, does that indicate what would make you think of her as someone you see yourself in an LTR, or someone you might marry, or someone you might see as a thought, based upon what she's wearing? Now, there's skewed lines, because it's just like, okay, where do you draw the line at what is appropriate and what's not appropriate? Do we say the midriff is appropriate if she's showing a little skin and she's showing her stomach and the navel? Is that okay, right? If she's just showing that, or is she completely covered? Because this is something, I think I told you this on, because we're connected on IG, believe. Yeah, we're connected on IG. So, no, we never really had a conversation on it. Like, I comment, whatever. But my point is, I was saying when I went on IG that I started paying much more attention to the women that was modestly dressed, and I'm talking about the women that was in dresses, more so
Yeah,
than
you
I was
told
paying
me.
attention. Yeah, I was paying attention more to them than I was paying attention to the quote unquote IG thoughts. And it's like there's some elegance when a woman is dressing modestly, more specifically in a dress, than when she's sitting up there in a bikini or at most walking around on camera or doing a live or just walking around with a bra and panties on. And the thing about it is when you see these women that talk, and this is where we get a substance too, because now the message gets into it. Imagine me hearing a woman like you, or they're talking about energy and they're talking about free your mind and free your space, right? Burning incense and sage sticks and something, right? They have a flannel on. They have a flannel on or whatever, and they wearing a shirt with their panties. Do you really think I'm going to take them seriously for what they're saying at the moment
Of
about
course
whatever
not.
it is? Yeah, I'm not going to take them seriously, right? Because then when you say that to those type of women, they say, well, I should be free to express myself, my body, my body. But you just gave me the illusion that you want me to smash. Even if you're not physically directly saying it, you're saying it based upon how you're presenting myself. And it's the same thing for men. If
Well,
I
that's
was
what
to go,
Dolores Ali said, isn't it? She said, "Oh, my man is always talking to me about sex. I mean, all he wants to do is have sex." And she said to the woman, "Well, why don't you show him something else?" And it's true. It's like there's ways to be alluring. In fact, when your clothes fit you properly, you automatically look sexier. If your clothes are fitted, it doesn't matter what it is, you just look sexy because it
Mhm.
complements your shape, you know? And so this idea that to be sexy, you have to show all of this skin, it's actually just untrue.
now, do you feel like I wanna probe you a bit. Now, do you feel like men in your life, or like if you like getting attention and stuff like that, do you feel like men respected you more when you dress modestly? Because I don't know. Because I like to hear certain stories when women understand that their behaviors and what they choose to wear affects them when they go places. Like, did you notice a shift when you wore certain clothes, or even when you talked about your hairstyle, like when you changed to being natural? Did you see a difference or notice that men acted a different way based upon that?
Yeah, I find that I don't have a problem getting respect from maybe older men. It could be just like a different generation, but like middle-aged men, I mean, I don't have problems to get doors held for me or, ladies first and things like that. I do believe that dressing a bit more respectfully for yourself, it does increase the chances of men treating you with respect. What I
Mm-hmm.
say, like, because I'm not a very social person, so for that reason I don't have issues like when I go out, guys being, I don't find that guys are any more respectful or disrespectful when it comes on to romance. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
I still get regardless of how you dress, there are going to be guys who just gravitate towards you,
That's true.
and they're
And
not always respectful regardless of what you wear.
see,
So
that's what I was gonna say to Sweet Tea. I do get that, right? Like now, you'll get it worse. I notice you'll get it worse when you are curvier. You know what I mean? Like you'll get it worse because it's like you could wear sweatpants or just be going outside with some jeans on or whatever, and they be like, "Damn, that girl right there. God damn, let me say a little something to a little shorty right there." Now, antisocial. Like I understand, like you may not, you know what I mean. I understand that, but say for instance, you come to New York, right? You was there to dress provocatively. I just want to let you know if you ever was to come to New York and you did that, like you dressed provocatively, you would hear common phrases like, "Yo, what's good, ma?" I'm saying no. I'm trying to spit game. What's good, ma? What's good with you, ma? Let me holler at you. What's good, ma? Where you
over
from?
here it's just like, psst, psst, hey,
See,
that's
they do it
it.
more appropriately. These dudes be having full on paragraphs trying to holler at you. Like they be like, "Yo, what's good, ma? See you." Trying to holler
No,
at you real quick. What's
they
good with
try.
it?
I've seen it. I've seen it. Yeah, the thirst is real. The thirst is real. Yeah, I feel really bad when I see young women dress provocatively. The yoga pants, the crop tops, a lot of skin on show, because I'm thinking you don't know what you're setting yourself up for. A lot
See,
of these guys, they don't mean you any good. You're young, they're not looking for anything serious, and you're just excited that you're getting all this male attention, and it's like it hurts me when I see it.
and
It
it's
hurts
like
me.
one thing, like when you see it, like because it's like it feels weird because it's not like I'm a millennial, so it just feels weird because I know that I understand things. Like I'm not gonna deny, like I don't still look. I'm a man. I'm going to look. I'm visually, you know what I mean. But the thing about it is like women don't understand. I'm like you setting yourself up for disaster. You know, especially if you're wearing leggings or yoga pants, right? And they're the see-through ones. Like I could see your butt.
Oh, those were the original ones.
Yeah, like you're wearing leggings and then like you're wearing that as an outfit. Now, if you had a long shirt, now this is the thing that I think a good amount of women should do. They're not because they're liberal. If you're gonna wear leggings, right? Because leggings would be a tribute to just underpants, and obviously you're wearing that just to go to bed, or you're wearing like pantyhose. But it's just like when you're wearing leggings, wear a long t-shirt, wear a t-shirt dress.
That was
That
the original rule. Yeah, that was the original rule.
that would
And
make
then the
sense.
top got shorter and shorter, and then it became a whole workout outfit.
Oh,
So now, yeah, we're
it
all
was
we're all about the camel toe, and nothing is left to the imagination, and yeah.
yeah, and that's people. That's why I say like stop trying to sexually objectify me, and I'm just like, what do you want me to do? Like I'm not trying to talk to you or say anything to you, but goddamn, you walking out here and I see a little something, something. I see the goods. What you like? This is a mating call. You understand? Like it's a mating call. Like obviously, like I see it.
You
I'm like,
want people to
goddamn.
look.
And I would expect the same thing if I'm walking outside shirtless and I'm showing my body off like I'm walking around because men they can't do it. Men are not going to get sexualized the same way women are. We
No,
all we got is our chest. You know what I mean? And now if you're muscular, you got it. You know what I mean? But certain dudes with and that's it's the men are more dependent on like I mean obviously height plays a factor in it, but then also size. Like you can't be scrawny and you can't be fat shirtless. You can't do it.
ah,
And this is the thing. This is the thing. Now, I'm not trying to put myself out there, but
uh,
just the factor of like constantly, it's this whole thing like Bronzebird, you got muscles. Damn your body. And I'm like, I'm just wearing a t-shirt. I'm just wearing a tank top. Like I'm not,
you're not trying. It's effortless.
and I'm not a scrawny dude. Like that would be like what do you call it? Skinny muscular? I don't know how to describe it. That
Yeah,
that would be me.
slim
Skinny
thick.
muscular. Like I can gain muscle without trying. Just a couple of workouts and I can be brolic like nothing. And I'm not saying that I'm just saying that's what the reality is. But it just doesn't work for certain guys. Like you can't be scrawny and you can't be fat shirtless. You can't. You can't have the quote unquote bird chest, as they say. And that's what I'm saying with men. It's you're not gonna be sexualized as much as women are. You're not.
No.
So that's the thing. Even if they, because you know what the term is for women that don't have an attractive face, they say the butter face. Everything
Mm,
looks good on her, but her face.
terrible, isn't it?
And that's why it's just like it's crazy. But I'm saying with the leggings, oh god, like I have to coach certain women around me. I'm like, you don't wear that outside. You wearing nowadays they got the tank tops cut off, and they wear the
That's what
tank
I'm
tops without a
saying. Yeah.
bra. Yeah, they're
There's
wearing.
literally nothing. There's skin, and then there's the top of the leggings, and everything on full display. And it's like, what do you hope to attract with this? Like, I
Yeah.
can't tell you how to live your life, but do you really think you're going to attract something decent?
And it's like you got to be careful because you want to say that certain dudes are perverted and all these different things, but I'm like, you're coming, and especially because it's about to be the summertime. Oh Lord, sweet Jesus, it's about to be the summertime, so
It's already
yeah, and it's May now, so you know that it's gonna go there. So what I'm trying to say is, obviously at that point, right? Like for instance, like I had to coach certain women. I had to coach this girl who's younger than me. Like we're really close. Like we're cool. And I seen her one day and she was wearing a tank top outside, but the tank top was like not even going down to like a navel. It was like basically where her boobs was at. And I'm looking like, yo, where you going? And you wearing a skirt? And, like you're wearing a shirt, skirt, and that on. Where are you going? Oh, I'm about to hang out with my friends. You about to hang out with who? With that outfit on? If you don't get your ass back in that house and put a fucking nice outfit on, you crazy? I can see. I was like, I can see your nipples. Are you out your mind? Nah, are you serious right now? I'm dead serious. You must be crazy.
Oh wow.
And it's like, yo, like I try because it's like, look, I'm trying to help you because as a man, I know how I would react. So if I can help you out with how you're dressing, and I'm not saying that a woman can't wear certain outfits to appeal, right? But certain things that we do as humans is mating calls. It is something we do to gather attention. Like I know if I wear one of my what do I call it? If I wear one of my button-ups and I just unbutton like the top 3 buttons, yeah, I expect for women to be giving me attention. Like I still am cognizant that I'm a man, so it's different. But luckily, I just because of genetics, I just got it like that. Like I'm not scrawny, so I understand what attention I could get. But with women, I'm trying to tell y'all, like, yo, y'all gotta
and
be
I had
careful.
a woman who was really trying to argue me down about this. Like, why is it not okay for a woman to walk around topless, but a man can walk around topless? I'm like, are you for real?
Oh, let me tell you,
Really arguing with me as
really
to why.
arguing like
I'm like, because a man's chest is not as sexual as a woman's chest.
right.
And she really was like, a chest is a chest, basically. I was like, no, it's not.
She tried to tell you it's a body part, so at the end of the day, you shouldn't sexualize it because we're all human, you know? Like
It was along that kind of craziness. And I was like, you do realize that men are visual and they want to see those things. And I don't know, people have just gone and taken this liberal thing too far.
let me tell you. Okay, now I want to tell you something. What's going on, 1Gs? I just want to tell you this because just to get you an understanding, because I know London is a very liberal city, but New York is liberal to the core. Okay, I just want to tell you. First of all, last summer I saw a bunch of Transformers having a portable pole outside and dancing around it and going up and down on it, including a woman, including a biological woman doing that. So that was crazy. Plus they was wearing lingerie, which made it all the while worse. But that's not what I want to talk about. There's been 2 examples of women trying to make a statement about equality when it comes to the chest argument. Twice, right? Number 1, there is a liberal park, a liberal congregation, okay? An area in New York called Union Square Park. Now it has its ups and it has its downs. Just 420, for example, they were selling drinks that was called pussy drinks, okay? Pussy.
Oh, we
pussy.
had that one. Is it an energy drink?
No, I'm sorry. It wasn't a drink. It was a fragrance. Pussy fragrance.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
They were selling that. That's not what it was that I wanted to talk about. A couple of years ago, there was a woman outside with her titties out and wearing shorts or a skirt or whatever, holding a sign saying, I should be able to walk outside like this. Not verbatim, but that's exactly what she was alluding to. So you can only imagine a bunch of dudes taking pictures on their cell phone, like, oh my God, I just seen a woman's titty, and all this other stuff. And it was doing this by Union Square Park. That's the first one. But you want to know what's worse? You want to know what's worse? There's a place called the High Line, right? If you ever come to New York, it's a dope place to go to. It's a walkway.
I'm hiding behind you.
Oh yeah. I got you. Nah, don't worry. I'm gonna keep you safe. I'm gonna make sure you don't go blind in New York. I'm gonna make sure that. I'm gonna make sure you're good. But this is what I saw a couple of years ago. You had a woman outside with another one of these liberal women with a sign, and guess what? She had her titties out, but she was wearing cheetah panties. No jeans, no skirts, no clothing, just her chest out and her underwear on, putting up a sign. In the High Line, mind you, the High Line also have children on that thing. You understand? Like, had children walking on that thing. Children. And she was trying to make a statement.
They always like to bring their children to these things. Always.
Yeah, but like, you imagine, you imagine you walking with your son and your daughter, and then all of a sudden you see this woman outside with panties on, and she just has this sign up and no bra on, and she's just trying to make this statement, and I'm like, are you freaking kidding me, man? Like, this is something I saw, and I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Like, what is this?
Time, yeah.
Yeah, and they do things like that, and it's just so crazy because there was actually an old man that was walking down the street butt naked. Like,
is this a naturist place? Is this a naturist place?
I don't look. I'm gonna tell you like this, Anti. There's just certain places in New York that's just complete characters. Okay.
Is there no decency laws?
I can't call it. All I can tell you is certain places where they're just like, yo, whatever, like, and people don't mind it. People's just like, whatever, you know what I mean? They'll just come outside, titties all out, or just do whatever, and nobody bats an eye. It's just, or people will look and be like, oh yeah, they got their titties out, like, they
that's
do
mad.
Like
I would have thought that they would have been arrested for indecent
exposure. Nah, like, I don't know. I don't like. I'll probably research that more. But as far as it seems, like, a lot of the liberal stuff is really out here, and they don't really they don't really mind it, And I'll tell you, two liberal places they do it the most: Union Square Park and Washington Square Park. Now, Washington Square Park is up from NYU, so you already know that's going to be liberal central. Because that's a college, very liberal college, and they do stuff like that. They do stuff
that's
like
crazy.
That. They've done it with many things. They've when the Pride Parade comes around, they definitely do that. And then you have the men out there that wear those I don't even want those jock strap thingies. Not that I even want to look.
It's crazy how Pride is everywhere. Like, every country does Pride.
They do Pride, yes, they do Pride, and when I tell you, it's really like these women is walking outside with their titties out, like they don't care. The Hebrew Israelite. Okay, I don't know if the video is still up. I'll send you the video if I find it. Like, you had the Hebrew Israelites arguing with these people at the Pride Parade, and they was getting at them. Like, what you doing? You dressed like a whore. Like,
yeah,
it's like, you should be ashamed of yourself.
You're glad they show up, kind of thing, but
yeah, like, and they do stuff like that, and that's what I'm saying. You have the women's with their titties out at the Pride Parade, because Pride Parade is all confusion and all just sexual, just stuff. The dudes with the jock straps, the Transformers, and you have all that. And I'm just saying that to say, the respect for traditionalism and the respect for just understanding, like, there's a certain way that you conduct yourself is just out the window these days. And I just can't relate because, I don't know, it's weird being a millennial, but just the fact of the matter, I'm an old school millennial.
Yeah, but you're older. You're an older millennial. So you can still remember a time where there was a lot more wholesome stuff out here. It just, you didn't have TV as much, like, to the extent. You can
Had
probably
Game Boy.
remember or barely remember a time before the internet.
Yeah.
So you went outside to play and you talked to people.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I
And
had Game Boy Advance, you know, like a
there was,
playing
yeah,
Pokemon.
a lot of this is designed to destroy people psychologically, because when you are bombarded with sexual, sexually explicit stuff at a very young age, it negatively impacts your self-esteem. It negatively impacts your your ability to have like healthy relationships with people, because you don't understand proper boundaries. There's a lot of emotion that comes with being sexually active, but they're kind of forcing it on you at a very young age. And
See?
you're just emotionally and psychologically not ready to deal with it.
Right.
But they
And
push it on you anyway.
that's the thing that I try to tell the people, because I'm just like, I hate to bring it up, but I'm just like, a lot of P behavior comes into that's being initiated by the mothers. You
Exactly.
did a video on that when it came to the male side, but now what you're starting to see is these young girls, like these daughters, their daughters is like what, 5, 6 years old,
I
wearing
have some
crop
clips.
tops.
Yeah, I have some clips, and I need to do that with like these 8-year-olds
Mm-hmm.
twerking on the internet,
Yeah.
and people are actually sending them cash app money.
Whoa. What?
They're opening all kind of, they're going live on these social media platforms, and people are sending them money, and they're like 9, 8, and it's partly because that's what their mothers do. Their mothers are dancing with them in the videos.
I mean,
And so when the mother's back is turned, they go back into the account and dance on their own. And I don't know how they get the cash, because being so young, how do you have an account? But they're sending money.
nah.
And
And
it's
you
like, well, what
see,
did you expect? You're doing it yourself. So obviously the daughter thinks it's okay, So
and
the over sexualization of kids is really, it's
it's really
disturbing.
bad. It's disturbing. I'm gonna say this real quick. Like for instance, on IG, they think it's honorable. Like they do the whole entire black girl magic thing and pro blackness or whatever. And what is it that I saw before is that you have those kids that do those how do I say, those poses? It's like sexual innuendos,
Mm.
like those type of poses, whatever. But this is not the main prop, because that's minuscule. It's still bad, but that's minuscule to the bigger picture. So the bigger picture that I have a problem with is the outfits. Now you got these children. You got your child bent over on a table, like they're bent over on a table, right? And they're showing their whole body, and the outfit is a crop top and jeans with slippers on. Okay, and this is a child that's like 6, 7 years old. Okay,
Wow.
and I'm sitting there like, how is this not, like, this is not girly at all. Like, this is very sexual. Okay, like, this does not look right. You understand? And they put these pictures online. They be like, look at my baby, look at my daughter. And I'm like, nah, I'm sorry, I can't, nah, man. There's no. It's one thing to have a child and you're trying to say, oh, they're cute or whatever just by face. It's another thing when you put them in certain outfits.
It's
Now,
like, let children
side
be
of the line.
children.
Like, yeah, let children be children. You propping these children up, and it's just like that's not okay. It's not okay, man. And it's like, oh, but y'all want to be all stricter now and this, that, and yeah. Because we start to understand exactly what's taking place. Like, it's already bad. You're emasculating the boys, right? You're emasculating the boys, and then I see pictures like the mom and son has matching outfits and this, that, and the third. I say, look,
Oh my God, the Hobson thing. When I
the
first
hub
heard about
son
that, I was like,
kissing their
that
boys, their children on the lips, right? And
the
you see
emotional
that,
incest.
yeah, like, you know what I mean. It's not right. Like, listen, at the age I'm at, love my mom to death. We ain't doing no matching outfits. I'm not gonna try. Love my mom to death. I'm a grown ass man. I don't want to dress like my mom. I'd be like, we could wear the same color, but I ain't dressing like you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, she. I
And
got.
that speaks to the control aspect, that speaks to the mental manipulation that you often find. I'm not necessarily talking about your mother, but just black mothers in general, this overbearing, over involvement. They got to monitor everything you watch, everything you wear. They've got something to say. They're just overly involved. And a lot of black women, they complain about why, for example, aren't black men performing. Well, you have to release somebody in order for them to kind of find their way, their identity. The
Mm-hmm.
more you stifle them, is actually the less autonomous they're going to be. They don't even have confidence. And it's like, for me, I almost think of it part of the psychological programming to create black men who are matriarchal. It's like no matter how big you get, you're always tied to me. Because what mother dresses like her child? I can understand if it's like a family thing and you kind of had matching outfits for a day. But if you're kind of doing that all the time, you're psychologically telling that child you will never be free from me. We'll always be connected.
The
So
umbilical cord.
yeah, you're kind of, a lot of women, they do these things where they reinforce it and then they pretend like they don't understand why their child failed to launch. And it's like, well, every time they tried to grow, you clipped their wings. So what did you expect? This is what you secretly wanted. I don't know how nefarious you want to kind of make it. I think sometimes it's not really so insidious, it's more just selfish.
Oh yeah,
A lot
selfishness
of
for
these
sure. They're
a lot of these
modeling.
women don't know what's going to happen when all these children leave or something, and they're just like,
They're modeling their children to be just like them or to make them into what they want them to be. And it's like, yes, you guide your children into the right direction, but you don't guide them into a way that seems more unproductive and like leading them down to a path of destruction. You know, because the last thing, I swear to God, yo, because this generation of parents, I don't get it. Because not only do they instill this nonsense rhetoric of liberalism talking points, now they're trying to plug in this dumbass idea of male culture. So imagine having a son and you're sitting up there saying to your son, understand your privilege when you get older because you're going to have something called male privilege and male culture. I
"Ugh."
swear to God. I had an argument. I think this girl I think the woman that I saw, another one of these spiritual women, Lady A. And that's the one that goes on, because I think she does music or something like that on IG. Another one of these girls that go on IG, talk about, I want to express myself, express my body, find myself. Of course, you're going to see pictures with her with a weave on and not even the head wraps and bra and panties on in the pictures. Again, as
Yeah,
usual,
once
right?
they start talking about being spiritual, I kind of move away
I
because
already know how it's going to go. Like,
yeah, they're gonna start talking about Oshun. They got to do
oh,
Sister
yeah.
Circle. They got to start doing yoga,
They
and
do yoga.
it's each to their own. But that's not for me.
Yeah, and because this girl wanted to sit up there and talk about male culture and all this other stuff, and I went in like I was just like male culture doesn't exist, and I was like she's like yeah, that's part of white supremacy, and I didn't even tell you this though. I don't know if you watch this YouTube channel. Um, I don't really feel uncomfortable saying it, but I was just like, no, let me just say it because I want to explain who it is. Now, I think it's called Little Black Book, right? And I don't got no beef with the dude. I just want to put that out for a reference. But it was an interesting conversation, which resulted in him not making streams about that again. Because
Mm.
before it was about him reviewing this TV show, and they would talk about a TV show. I didn't know what it was. I just started coming up in the chat. So I was like, yo, da 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 da, this, that, and the third. And a lot of people didn't know that I was a dude. They didn't know that. They was like, oh. Bronzebird, oh my God. And they was talking to me like I'm a woman. So I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, I'm making strategical points. I'm thinking with logic. I'm saying exactly what it is and blah, blah, blah. I jump on the panel. They was like, oh, I didn't know Bronzebird was a boy. I was like, yeah. Yeah, here it is. Oh, he's from New York too? Oh my God, his voice. He needs to cam up. I was like, I'm not camming up for none of y'all. If you want to see me, if I really rock with you, I'll give you my IG. If I really rock with you. So the thing about it is, basically, they get into a conversation. This was back when the Derek Jackson situation was big, right?
Oh wow, okay.
They got into that conversation, and then it resulted in talking about men, and then talking about how men need to recognize their male privilege. So I went in, and it was one of those women that you could tell was very liberal, like would interrupt me and say that I'm gaslighting, because that's what they said, that I was gaslighting, right? And I tell this is the second time I told this story. She said that I was gaslighting, and how dare I not understand exactly where I stand when it comes to male privilege. And so when I tell you I went in, I don't understand why people thought that I was being emotional. I wasn't being emotional. I was merely like, I raised my voice. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yo, this is bullshit. And I was not trying to curse. So I was just like, nah, this is ridiculous, da-da-da-da. And I said, how do I have male privilege as a so-called black man? How? In society, I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. The world doesn't like me. Obviously, places like BLM and society in general wants to see me in a casket. So what are you talking about? So that whole entire conversation went down, and I swear, when I tell you they backtrack and they was bringing up straw man concepts of trying to convince me that I have male privilege. Even the guy that runs the show was talking about I have male privilege just because I'm a male. Huh?
The whole male privilege thing is so ridiculous.
It is.
Because I think what they're trying to do is conflate biology, like certain things you're just naturally going to be better at because you're stronger, taller, whatever. And then they're calling that a privilege. Well, it's not a privilege. It's just biology.
Like this woman, it was another woman that sat there and was like, you got to recognize things like, what if we go on a date? I have to look at your license plate. I have to phone my friend just to make sure I'm safe and blah, 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 blah. And I talked about this with my friend. I was like, you don't act as if men have some type of suspicion when they go on a date with someone, because they have to make sure that the girl is not batshit crazy, that she's not going to pull a knife out on me or try to stab me or something's going to happen to me because I go, how you don't know I might get catfished by some random guy that just wants to kill me? Okay?
Exactly.
Like, we all have our suspicions.
You don't know. Yeah.
To say that is ridiculous.
She could be setting you up to be ambushed.
Exactly.
So yes, she could physically alone couldn't necessarily overpower you, but when you meet, you don't know who you're getting. So a lot of these feminist talking points are really nothing more than victimization. They're cries to because, as we all know, victimhood is power.
Mm-hmm.
In order for you to continue to manipulate everybody, you have to constantly promote that somehow you're the victim. So
feel sorry for me.
Yeah. What did you say?
I was saying feel sorry for me. And that's the thing. It's two levels.
I don't have privilege.
We have privilege. And when I mentioned the if you remember, what was it, the Griot or what was it, Blavity? I forgot which one. It was that guy that came out. Damon Young came out with that article in 2017. Chronicles of Judah covered this video. In this video, it was that video that was talking about straight black men are the white people of black people. You remember that article?
That article originally, because I think Cynthia G uses that talking point a lot. I don't want to misquote her, but I think Cynthia G uses that talking point a lot.
Right, and no, I wouldn't know because I don't watch her stuff. But I've seen it.
Who made that comment that black men are the white?
So it was it was a woman on Twitter. I believe she was a musician, and she was just having I don't know, she was having some rage or something like that. and she put something to the likes of it. It's kind of foggy in my mind right now, like how it started. But then Damon Young was the author of the actual, like, took it for what it was from Twitter, made an actual article out of it, and then it was just like, then boom, it was like straight black men are the white people of black people. And as you know, a lot of us felt some type of way about it, especially myself, honestly, yes. And all of the talking points was bullshit. Oh, the black man gets the fried chicken, gets the bigger piece of fried chicken at the table. Yeah, like, you know, he catcalls and it's very misogynistic and all this other dumb ass stuff. Like, I'm like, you're referring to Pookies, because every single talking point you make is talking about Pookies. That's not relative to the everyday so-called black man. Right, you're conflating two different persons, and this is the problem we have now. Because even, dare I not say his name, last name Truth, does stuff like this. Right? He conflates the idea that every single person in the manosphere is just like a Pookie and Ray Ray. And then sit up there and say that article is correct, though. Like, no, it's not correct.
His best friend, last name Fountain, is a specialist in that.
Yeah. You know,
he's
like,
a specialist in that. They're in it together.
They're all a team. They're all a team. And then I was gonna say, I said that to them, and I said, like, you had this clown come out with an article, and and they just started laughing about it. And they're just like, but it's true though. Like, what do you mean it's true? What are you talking about? And that's what I mean. Like I said, the battle with the modern day so-called black men who's trying to move into a better direction, such as myself and brothers around us alike, we have to put up with that. You know, we have to put up, huh?
No, I said it's true. A lot of the issue is gonna be them.
You have to put up with the dudes that's siding with the matriarchal principle of feminism and all this other stuff. And the dude Damon Young, he's like a blurred. But, you know, obviously certain people took it too far. Obviously issued out death threats and all these different things towards him. No, I never think that's cool to do at all. Like, obviously not. But just the fact of the matter, like, that, like, I saw the article, I read it, I was just like, you're a clown, bro. Like, I can't stand you collegiate blurs that get online and talk all that nonsense and then want to sit up there and talk about, I'm the better black man. Like, get out of my face, bro. Because if I ever see you in the streets, like, I'm firing on you. Like, I'm not physically, like, intellectually debating you and making you stand down. I had an argument with a male feminist before, and I said, you know how stupid you look? And this is a black man. I said it straight to his face. I was like, you know how stupid you look? Sitting up there being a fucking male feminist, and you sitting up there voting around for a woman that was probably an agent in the 1960s, directly sitting up there getting into being the serpent towards the black women in the 1970s, and then sitting up there talking about how the Black Panther Party was a failure because they did all these mischievous things towards black women. Now, I'm not going to sit up there and say there wasn't some dudes that did some off-the-wall stuff. Of course they did. But then to put that as the consensus and a generalization of black men, no, something's wrong with you. And I said it straight to them. I said, yo, I can't respect you as a black man, you calling yourself a male feminist.
Oh, wow.
But you have to understand, bro, it's about equality. We trying to fight. Oh, shit. Oh, my man's is here. I'm going to finish this up. But I can't respect you on those accords, my mans, and you sitting up there talking about the black community. I'm going to say this for reference because this is how passionate I got. I said, how the fuck does the male feminist movement or whatever the hell you support is going to help the black community with the bullshit you saying? He stood there stuck. He stood there stuck. Absalom, my man, you finally here. What's good, bro? Peace, Chief.
Yo, peace, Chief. What's up with you, man? Peace to the family.
Yo,
I'm hanging in there, bro. Man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear, man.
Cool, man. I like what you're doing, man. You're on fire, man. Keep it going, man. I'm just tuning in, man.
Oh, man, appreciate you being here, man. And I'm definitely tell people, please subscribe to the brother Absalom. Yo, definitely dope content for days. Brother raps, you know what I'm saying? Got those bars on the steady. always dropping jewels, man. Please make sure y'all subscribe to dude. But yeah, man, like, it's crazy out here, Absalom. Like, we on this fight, yo, and next week I'm gonna make that a little bit of a topic of conversation. I want to get into the idea about, since the manosphere is becoming known because Umar Johnson mentioned it and Shahrazad Ali mentioned it, all the people we know, all this other stuff. I kind of just want to have a circle round talk about the manosphere. Like, is there a capability to become mainstream and we respect it? You know what I mean? Like, is it respectable content we could do, or are we still gonna be arguing on panels? You know what I mean? Because I don't want that no more. Like, it was cool while it lasted.
Good question.
Yeah, like, it was cool while it lasted, but like, just like seeing this from week to week to week, it's kind of like I'm not with it no more, man. Like, dudes will make sufficient points, and then all of a sudden you hear, yeah, you just a bitch ass nigga. Why you make that point though? You a bitch ass nigga. You don't catch the like, whoa. It's like, your mother, son, your mother. And it's like, but he was talking about finances and talking about the actual statistics about what's going on. And even shout outs to Wacky, Peace Chief, even Wacky was sitting up there saying this on his panel the other night. And I said, I completely agree with you. Because I'm just like, yo, like, here it is, we're saying black men need to be in a better condition. We want to support each other. We want to do better. We want to be able to move up. We want to get these stocks. We want to earn more. We want to be able to have job opportunities. We want to be able to have spaces, which I hope to provide, where I'm putting in spirituality with music, of course, and then also just a free space where y'all can express y'all minds. That's what I want. But now, if it's going to be overshadowed by all the fuckery that goes on these panels, I'm just sitting there like, God damn. Because not only is it going to be a bad look if you have simperers, like Hotep simperers like Umar Johnson, now it's going to be a bad look because you just gave this, dare I not mention his name, last name Truth. That's more fuel for the fire for this dude. You know what I'm saying? And not that I care that dude is going to do it, because that's just him. You feel me? But just at the end of the day, like, nah, yo, like, we got to do better. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, I'm done. Blue Lion was good. And if y'all want to jump in. I'm going to mute myself so y'all can continue talking around.
Brownsbird.
What's up, Blue?
Hey, it's been a while. How's it going?
Peace, Chief. What's
Hanging
up?
in there, man.
Yeah, I'm just chilling out exactly. So I see what the topic is exactly. I'm just chilling right now.
Oh, you know what, bro? Let me know what is it that you feel. I know we was talking about, the whole manosphere thing, but the topic was, and Absalom, you can jump in as well. Does the state or city you live in determine your outlook on women? Or your mating or your dating choices based upon where you live or where you're from? Is that a determinant or not?
Nah, not really. Not for me. Not for me. Not at all.
Yeah, I agree with you. No, I mean, it's kind of like that saying, where I lay my hat is my home,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Nah,
so you got to make the best of what you got.
Nah, no.
Yeah,
no, I mentioned Jersey earlier. Get up out of here.
I was thinking about the Boondocks area, certain parts of Jersey,
Yeah.
you just don't hear about. You like, oh, she's from here, all right, maybe she cut from a different cloth,
You just gotta remember, stay out of Newark and stay out of Jersey City. It's gonna be rough and rugged out there. Not along the PATH train, like. But yeah, that's
and
what
see,
I was thinking.
I'm from the Bronx, so I'm gonna tell anybody stay out of the Bronx.
Exactly. Stay out of the Bronx. Don't deal with the Bronx.
You from the Bronx? I'm from Tennessee, man.
From the Bronx.
I'm from Tennessee, man. I'm from the South.
See, and I'm gonna get into that for a second because I was just mentioning Lady A about that earlier. So I was gonna say it like this. So I was like, even with, cause there's one shorty that usually come up on a panel that's from the Bronx. Hannah, she's from the BX. Not to put her out, but it's like, you know, her talking points is like she gets it. You feel me? And it's just like, hold up, not a lot of Bronx chicks talk like you. You feel me? But just to go on to what you were saying, I was saying to Lady A earlier, I don't know what it is, because if we talking about American women, it's done. But I was like, yo, I'm used to having an attraction to Southern women. And I was like, you know, certain dudes that I hear from the South, they actually don't feel the same way that I feel towards Southern women. So I found it really crazy, because I'm just like, you know, we share these talking points. We say, oh, certain places around America, women act differently, or you can find them more feminine here, or they're not going to be feminine in this area, and blah, 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 blah. But I say, okay, now if we analyze it, and even Lady A gave her thoughts about what it's like in the UK. Now, the thing about it is like, now, is that a determinant on how you have an outlook on your mate? You understand what I'm saying? Like, are you going to think, because, let's just say the women from the Bronx, do you think the woman from the Bronx is going to generalize all women? And more than likely, no. But to the narrow minded of certain people, they're going to think women from the Bronx generalize all women. Now, you know what I mean? And in Memphis, Tennessee, I don't know what it's like, right? But I'm pretty sure dudes from Memphis, Tennessee, if they had bad experiences with women, they're probably going to think, oh, Memphis, Tennessee girls exhibit all women. And of course, in this space, you have women like Lady A, JX, that's from Britain. They put them on a pedestal. They be like, oh, they sound so proper. They sound so nice. But I'm like, have you seen girls from the UK be ratchet? Yes. So why y'all? We're generalizing. You know what I'm saying? Certain people generalize, and I'm just doing it because it's kind of like a case study for myself. I was just wondering that, so I just wanted to see y'all chime in. You know?
Oh yeah, I dealt with women from my hometown, and some of them are good, and some of them are just bad. I dealt with them over the years, so I know. I had experience.
Yeah, see?
They crazy.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I could imagine, Blue. You from Memphis, man.
Yes. Oh yes.
you know, Tennessee, man. 3-6 Mafia. They had all the ratchets before Ratchet.
Oh my god! Yes, they did.
I got the wretched women out there, of course. You know, the hood women.
Yo, Absalom, when they had that song back in like '99, I believe it was 3-6 Mafia, and it was some woman on the song. It went something like this. He's like, nigga, live by your rap, cause I ain't take your shit. When I blast on your ass, I'ma empty your clip.
Damn.
And I remember that. I was like, yo, this song, at the age I was like, yo, this song is tough though. And I was just like, nah, but like, yo, Southern women, they can be on that the ratchet shit too. So let's not get it confused.
Depending on where you at, man.
So that's why I couldn't give them a pass necessarily. I'm like, maybe this is just a Western world thing, and I started to realize it more and more. Yes, it's just a Westernized world thing, you know?
Yeah, I was about to say exactly. Yeah, I will give basically. If you ever deal with women from Tennessee, be careful, because there's sometimes, like, most of them, not all, but most of them can be fucked up in the head. I'm just gonna tell you. I know. Okay. I met women who are crazy and women are not crazy from Tennessee.
I'm just trying to make sure, Lady A, if I go to the UK, one of the ladies don't pull out a shank on me.
No, man, you're good.
I'm trying to make sure, like, go off on me, because you say UK is just like New York, so
the rough bits, I'm in the north, so it's not so bad, but south is gang and crime
nothing but drill beats out there blaring out the cars, be like, run your pocket, farm, like all that out crazy. There. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, definitely. But yeah,
I'll definitely tell you, bro, exactly. The women in downtown Memphis, they're fucking crazy.
See, And
They are.
that's good that you said that because Lady A was mentioning that earlier. Usually in the inner city, you're gonna see that more of the negatives dwell. And they were saying you're gonna find more of a woman of a caliber or a mate of a caliber. You're more than likely able to go out to the burbs, the suburbs, to find more of the woman or man of your choice. Which Absalom knows exactly what I'm talking about when I say this, and even Wacky, maybe I don't know, maybe Wacky might understand. So when we say in New York, I've tried to talk to brothers. I did a case study on this, and maybe hopefully if I get enough New Yorkers to see the Brownstone Pow, I'm gonna ask them directly about New York women. Now they say to find a feminine woman in New York City specifically, you gotta go to Queens or you gotta go to Long Island.
Oh, I was just about to say exactly. I had women in Tennessee. They flirted with me, like older women or like women like in their 40s, like they flirted with me in Tennessee.
Oh, in the 40s. So you getting them mature.
Yeah.
Blue Lion.
I love me a cougar now. I love the cougars.
See, you lucky, Blue Lion. You must have the gift of gab, bro. Because I've been dying for a mature woman. I've been dying for a mature woman to flirt with me and give me some sweet potato pie. You understand? Like, man, I've been trying. I want
you can get it, Bronzebird. You can get it. You gotta be in the mix, man. But you can get it. I'm telling you, you can get it.
Where do I go? I gotta go to church service on Sunday. Like, what I gotta do?
No church.
I'll play bingo, my man. I'll watch Golden Girls, bro. I'll watch it. Listen,
I'll be real. Like,
how much older does this guy want? Bingo.
Damn. I'll be.
I went overboard, right?
No, you ain't going to bingo. Don't go there.
No, you ain't going to bingo.
I'll be real. I mean, it was not just older women who flirted with me. There was also women I talked to at the anime conventions.
At where?
Anime conventions.
Oh,
my job and church.
What is it? Is it also the cosplay festivals out there?
Oh yes, the cosplay. Yes, women cosplay. Yeah.
And that's the thing. Now, and that's why I don't. This is why I think I did a stream on this. Why I said being a loner or being different is actually essential, because regardless of where you go, you can find. I don't even want to do the rating systems, but you can still find women of each rating there. Now, you might find your quote unquote ugly women, butterface women to your 10s. So it's definitely depending on what your interests are. You could still find a woman of higher caliber and rating that might fit the same interest as you. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I have to tell people you got to stop thinking that the things that you embark on is lame or it's a loser thing. It's actually not. You know, you're just getting caught up with the people who's dormant and they don't want to see, you know, a difference out of the everyday person that they're used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. When I talk to women, I don't even make the first move. They make the first move. I don't even make the first move.
Exactly. You know,
which is normally the best move.
Exactly.
The best way I just be myself is like they start flirting me.
Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna get my charger. I'm listening.
All right, take your time. But what I do exactly is I just talk to the woman, just being myself, and all of a sudden then they start flirting with me later on, like later.
So do you
that means you're doing something right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lady A.
I was gonna say, do you think men and women can be friends?
They can be.
Yeah, definitely. To a certain extent, yeah. I mean, depends on the maturity of the individuals, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And people have to know how to utilize, what they have in front of them. Sometimes you might have, and KS talks about this sometimes too. You might need a +1. You might, you need to go out on a date or something. You call your friend up. You're going out to the club. You call fellas need to have, you need to have women in the friend zone, and women the same thing, vice versa. You go out to the club, you're hanging out. You got some female friends, or for a female, she got some guy friends. It just makes the circle look a little bit, little bit more better. You know,
I mean,
you got a
I
little
mean,
entourage going on.
I'm friends with women on Twitch, and guess what? I don't flirt with them or that exactly, but they know me. They know me.
With you. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, you know, certain times, like say for instance, you need a perspective, like, or like a girl you're dealing with. Sometimes it's beneficial to have that female friend that can let you know, like, oh, this is how you deal with it, or this, that, and third. Because, you know, we can go all day and say, I'm a man. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes, sometimes it's good to get a good perspective from a woman that you're just friends with. You know what I'm saying? Because certain things you could talk about with a woman, you can't talk about with your mom or your sister. Now, with a sister, it's a little loose, but you can't say certain things you would say to your moms that you could say to your female friend. You could get a little bit more like personal about it. Be like, oh, this is what happened. This is what went down. Blah blah blah. I was like, oh, okay, I got you. But next time, try to do this. You know what I mean? And it's a equal partnership, because even if you go on that side, you'd be like, you know, what do I do about this guy? You'd be like, okay, so this is how you do it. Cause like I said, I ran game. I helped one of my homies out. Yeah, one of my women friends, right? I helped out. I was like, yo, you obviously like this dude because you're smiling every single time you keep mentioning him. You're like, oh my God, he's just so sexy. And I said, okay, so he's calling your phone. Y'all having a conversation about educational things in school, right? Why don't you use your femininity talking voice like y'all women know how to do? Because y'all know how to use y'all voices in a way to be flirtatious. Don't act like I don't know. She started laughing. Yo, and when I tell you, I definitely did. I actually pat myself on the back because I pulled the Kevin Samuels. Don't quote me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I pulled the Kevin Samuels. She was like, yeah, like he was asking me if I'm single. I was like, exactly. You see that? See how Bronzebird did it? Shit. Bronzebird Samuels. You understand?
Hey,
start asking dress size, man.
my first ex actually called me best friend. That's all she calls. I mean, I know she has feelings to me, but all she does is call me best friend. Like, damn, straight up.
Hey, I had a question for Lady A. Yeah, cause I heard you mentioning how Rufford was getting out there in the UK. So I wanted to ask, is there anything like cause I seen the movie, it was on Netflix. It's called Top Boy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I was saying, is it something like that?
Yeah, I mean the guys are on. They're on it, man. They're on it. They're running the drugs. They're stabbing people. We don't have guns here, but somehow they're getting in the country. But most of the problems is stabbings and things like that. Yeah, a lot of these young boys standing around on the corner. They're aimless. They just, it's very. I wouldn't say it's very similar, but where you have these low dem areas, a lot of poverty, a lot of the young people, they're going into crime. They're going into the same. Oh, I need to make money fast. And it's like you can't afford to pay for your bus fare, so you kind of ride the bus for free. But you've got the latest Jordans. It's like, their parents know that they're doing the wrong things for those clothes and.
Do you think the media, as far as us on this side and stuff, and how things are portrayed, is taking a role on that?
Yeah, definitely. I believe that Black people are the biggest consumers of TV and entertainment, and so a lot of our entertainment now is very much driven by the States anyway. Urban culture is very much influenced by American culture, so they make sure that they show only certain types of Black men and Black women. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. The Black woman's always stupid and overweight and maybe looking a bit promiscuous. The man is either stupid or he's he's not even in the picture. You know, there's a lot of ad right now with men missing. Just like you got a white woman with mixed kids and the husband's died. It's like you couldn't just put a whole black family here or something. So all of the conditioning to do with the media, we have those problems. You know, because a lot of them want to be rappers now as well here. Drill artists, rappers, sports people. A lot of the youth are lost. I mean, I don't know what the out of wedlock birth rate is over here, but it feels like it's quite a lot. It feels like it's significant. And it's the same young people getting into trouble and causing a lot of problems in the community.
Oh yeah,
So,
they seen
That's well said. Thank you. I appreciate that.
They seen the love. Sorry.
But yeah, no good news here. No good news here.
It's all tragic because like the music I listen to is from the 90s and 80s and early 2000s. That's what I listen to.
You can say that again. I do.
Yeah, but if you guys or anybody haven't seen that movie, it's on Netflix. It's called Top Boy. It's like the UK version of like of America's The Wire or something, or like Power. You see what I'm saying?
Like,
but it's oh my God! I mean, it's thrilling. That thing is off the chain. So what she's saying is on the money.
Absalom, is it like?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys know King Riches.
Yeah, you can even say Shatters. Yeah, Belly, all that kind of stuff.
A lot about drill, but drill is so bad because they actually sing about crimes they've committed. Like we have channels that follow drill. Like drill artists, and people break down the lyrics and they're like, and now let me tell you this crime that this lyric relates to. And like you see CCTV footage of like boys chasing someone down the street and like the next minute getting stabbed and things like that. Like drill is, they mean it. When they say they're running county lines and they lied to the police, they really did those things. Like
they tell on themselves, and that's why I don't.
They tell on themselves.
I said this in another. I said this on my other Brownstone Pow. Like I said, like yo, they tell on themselves. So why you think that I don't care when they talk about free my mans and this, that, and third? I laugh. I was like, all y'all are stupid. Just like they tried to say, oh yeah, for instance, Bobby Shmurda. Bobby Shmurda sat there and made that dumbass song in 2014. You think I gave a damn that this dude in GS9 got split up? Hell no. I was laughing. I was like, you dumb. You're dumb.
Yeah, I never understood that. Like the guy who robbed the bank and then posed on social media with the cash. It was like,
how dumb can you be? Like, what the hell? Like, oh my God.
On his Facebook, he's lying around like 60K or something. I can't even remember how much, but it was a lot of money that he just robbed out of the bank. He worked at the bank and he robbed it. And it's like, because they kind of already would have suspected it was you, but I don't think you posing with the cash helped.
Your ass go to prison, like.
You should go to prison not for the robbery, but just for being that stupid.
Just being that dumb, like.
Don't be stupid, like seriously.
You gotta do it like Tekashi 6ix9ine. Stupid.
Like seriously.
Yeah, man. Like these dudes tell on themselves, and it's just like what like this is the toxic quote unquote culture with whether you want to say urban hip hop or the black community. I just get so sick and tired of them sitting up there talking about free my boy or free my nigga, and they say that, right? And then why should I give a damn about your boy? Why he should get less sentences or he should get out of jail when he obviously did something to end up in jail. That doesn't make sense. And then he's in a song like, yeah, when I catch him on the block, I'ma fire on him. Like, what? Like,
you're right. I think it goes back to what you said. Your whole topic is still on the money. You know, it's relationships. You see what I'm saying? Right. You know, because notice now when he came home, Bobby Shmurda, they started saying, oh, you know, he's dating this white girl, you know, a nice girl. They've been friends for a long time. And it sounds good, but it's like, if that was the case and you was around them type of people, you wouldn't even been in that situation in the first place.
Yeah,
You
like
dig?
caught a body about a week ago.
You would have been making songs like that, but you would have been chilling like how the Kardashians. You'd have been out there in the calabash. You did?
Yeah, in Calabasas, just minding your business, sipping mimosas, eating
Yeah,
calamari.
you'd have
Like,
been chilling like, nah, you've been on your Drake shit.
thank you.
I got to say this: the Generation Z is the weakest generation I ever seen.
Woo.
Hey, but that's not what the people say, Blue. The people say that they the talk of the town. They dating out and all of this and that. I don't see it, man.
I don't see it.
I just find Generation Z to be weak, ignorant, and stupid. That's how I see them. Not throwing up.
See, Absalom, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I try to hold back on generation talk, but all I'll say is Generation Z is different. Okay, millennials. I'm not gonna lie. Millennials set the pace, and then Generation Z, like, that's why it's weird to me, because there's really a paradigm shift between people who's born at least between 1995 and 1996. That's just like once you hit 1996, 1997, like their Gen Z, it's something about Gen Z that's just kind of like way different. Like their I don't want to say confidence. Their energy is just very. They have more of an energy to certain things, and then they really are more likely to follow behind liberalism talking points. Whereas millennials such as myself, I'm still 90s, but then the way that I don't think like them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, I can't get with. Listen, I don't like TikTok. I'll never get a TikTok. Snapchat was a dub. I only have Instagram, right? And it's just like, yeah, I don't get along with the whole new thing. And then it's just like they said, but it's the best though. And then certain trends with Generation Z, just the way that they roll, I can't deal with it. I'm just like, nah, it's cool to be different, but I just know there is a paradigm shift once you hit 96 or 97. Once you hit that, it's just like, I don't know. They're different.
Yeah,
I think it's the reverence for things, certain things in particular. And that goes for all generations too. Don't get me wrong. It's the reference, excuse me, just for like nature, for example, or hip hop. Just when we talking about millennials and then the Gen Zs, the reverence for hip hop is totally different. You see what I'm saying? The cadence, everything. They'll tell you, Baba Baby, the newest artist just come out, whoever, let's just say that person is better than Biggie or Tupac, and you like,
Yeah.
I don't know what you doing when you going with that one. You know what I'm saying? It's like, or I even say this for someone. Like some artists now, they're bigged up more than somebody like a Soldier Boy, and it's like he really paved the way. You see what I'm saying? And I'm older than him, but I know if you talking about dance moves and all that type of stuff, you
Yeah,
talking
you
about
gotta give him
Soldier Boy.
credit.
You know what I
Yeah, you gotta
mean?
give him credit.
Ringtones, all that shit. He set the trend for that. So nowadays, it's like it's no reverence for that. It's just like I did my own thing. I'm the big dog now. Instead of paying homage, all of that is gone.
Yeah, you'll have some rapper named Maxo Suicide saying, "I'm the best rapper out right now." And then when you hear the rap, the dudes be sing rapping, and then it just sounds like it emulates like hardcore rock songs, yo. Like I can't,
like smoking that stuff. Like seriously,
Maxo Suicide coming outside with like colorful rainbow locks, dreads, and then wearing all black with Yeezy sneakers on. Like these dudes, like that's what I'm saying. It's just different. I don't know if I'm dissing on them or whatever, but it's just different. I don't know how to really explain it. It's just I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like I'm never gonna say like Gen Z women they don't have their mindset on straight, but like like I said, like the problem is that the culture is just becoming too liberal. So not a lot of people, like the people who think, I'm not gonna say on the righteous side, but people who are thinking with logic that's moving accordingly, like all of us on this panel, they don't like people like us. Like we're the people who's wrong to them. You know what I'm saying? We're wrong. You know what I mean? Like what it is now is wrong is right, right is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that's what you see, and it's just like, where the hell do I where the hell do I sit? Like now on this bus, do I sit in the front seat or do I sit all the way in the back? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's what it is.
pretty much.
You don't know where to sit. You can't really sit in the middle, but like where do you sit? You know? So that's what you see. It's just really crazy to me. Like generation is different. And of course, I understand there's always going to be generational differences. Like Generation X had their thing, or still have their things with millennials, or Generation X blamed the silent generation for something, or the baby boomers. You know what I mean? So I understand it was always generational differences because that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, conquer and divide, man. You know, that's the name of the game. You know, so those people, they know what they're doing. You know, they have to set these people apart so we can stay dysfunctional at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. But that's why I always say, like, you know, here at the Brownstone Pow Wow, I want everybody of any generation who just got Wi-Fi, a laptop, phone, or whatever, come through, because you know, everybody should just be allowed to just, you know, try to get along in unison somehow. Like you can coach me on some stuff I didn't know. You know what I mean? And I mean, that's the important thing. I don't want to talk about what millennials do all day. I mean, god damn it, I don't know what millennials do. I mean, it's weird to me. I don't even know what the newest songs be half of the time. Like, I just found out J. Cole just put his album out. Like, like, I don't know. Like, I just be like, look, I'm still stuck on listening to music from the 90s and just thinking about all that stuff. But even with that, if you notice, Absalom and maybe Lady A, you maybe notice, a lot of references to the past is still being brought up. Right? Like, a lot of, like, even dressing styles sometimes. They came back out with the baggy jeans.
They come back around.
Yeah, the baggy jeans, and then like the girls that wear like the blouses from like the 2000s with one arm cut off and the other one still with the.
Oh yeah! Oh my god! I had so many of them.
Oh, so you know, yeah, exactly.
The angel wing on one side and like nothing. Yeah, I can't believe it. I didn't think the 90s had fashion until they brought back leggings with Doc Martens. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they had the Doc Martens come back.
The dungarees.
They had the corduroys, because it's driving me crazy. Like, because you know what it is? A culture that does that a lot is the skateboard culture. And I'm used to that because, you know, I still, you know, ride on the boards. But, you know, with the skateboard culture, they'll have like the old scuffed up Nike Uptowns. Then with that, they have the baggy jeans, and then they have the bandanas on top of the head. I'm like, yo, like, this is so 2000s Tony Hawk skate. You know, like, I was like, this is so 2000, early 90s with the baggy jeans. I'm like, whoa, where are we? With the lip piercings, you know? And then, like, the goth, like, I was on Instagram, and, like, the goth culture is still came back.
Still alive? The people still doing that?
Like, I just seen, it was like two white guys. And I'm just like, these two white, the other guy, all right, one of the guys did not look like a natural. The other one did. Like, he had the guitar and everything. I'm like, yeah, he looks like a goth. Like a straight up goth from like 2006, 2007. You know, like the black painted nails, all black.
I know a couple of guys that dress like the 70s.
Oh yeah, very vintage, and they bring that back. You know, like, I mean, I think it's cool. You know, sometimes you get that reference back, and it's just like I start to notice how people dress, even how I dress. I just dress very collegiate, but like I noticed it, I'm like, that's pretty cool. You know, sometimes it's pretty cool. They bring that up, and they're just like, yeah, 70s fashion, 80s fashion too. But oh yeah, all right, Blue Lion, that's cool. Matter of fact, I'm actually about to drop on the panel. I'm gonna play some music as usual. Y'all welcome to stay up in the chat. Thanks for coming through, Lady A. It's definitely a pleasure having you here. I was wishing you would come on my panel. Wishing. I was like, please. I was mad because I was like, damn, you're doing a live right now. But I hope that you come through.
It wasn't going anywhere. I was just like, you know, I was glad Dimitri came up because he saved the day. Because I didn't know what to say, but that lady's second video, people wanted to do a part 2.
So you're gonna have any streams coming up?
Dimitri and I are actually planning on doing a stream on relationships.
Yes.
But he's actually going to be leading. I'm actually just assisting and I'm learning, I'm listening. So he's gonna use his. Well, I'm not gonna say, but he's gonna actually be the one leading. So we're talking about what we're gonna discuss with that. Um, I might
Yes.
put a couple of videos. I've got a few things on my mind that I might ramble about, but yeah, nothing too major at the moment.
Because I be getting
Yourself?
mad at you low key.
I had to take a hiatus, man. I had to. I was just
It's
like,
like, why are you leaving? Like, why are you gone? Like, I need those jewels. You left.
That's what I do. That's what I do. And then
Yeah, I can understand. Like,
then I
yeah,
come back and I'm like, ta-da!
exactly, just appear again. I was like, yeah, we need Lady A back, you know. But yeah, thanks for coming through.
I appreciate
as I
you.
say to
Yeah,
everybody,
great panel.
always welcome to come to the Brownstone Pow. Next week, is gonna be about the manosphere going mainstream. It'll be a good topic. So hopefully,
Yeah,
we can chime in.
we need to get into that because I'm excited. I don't know. I'm excited. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to think.
No, I know you guys. I know you got some good stuff that you're gonna bring out. So yeah, definitely.
I'm happy for black men. This is necessary. It's
We're
gonna
happy
be
for red pill black women such as yourself.
Yeah.
You know, we need women like you because we support, and it's like a lie that they say.
It's
that
just
they
the
don't
voice. Yeah, it's
You
adding
know,
the voices
it's
to
the
the
who.
mix.
And it's not like we don't say, oh, women are not valuable. I definitely always say women are valuable. It's just that, you know, women who understand like yourself and, you know, a couple of other people in the space, those are the women we want to protect. Those are the women we want to care for. You know, those are the women we want to root for as well. You know,
Yeah,
so,
root for me. That's it. Yeah, I mean, I'm good. I'm not gonna fight, so I don't need too much protection.
except for it's like dare not I say the last name, truth panel might be that. You know what I'm saying? Might have to fight and I'll defend you. You know what I mean? I'll come up and start doing my spiel. Make sure you ain't getting bruised out here.
push
You
them
not,
back.
but
Yeah, for
push
real.
it back.
Why not?
But yeah, thanks for coming through again.
Appreciate it. Yeah,
Thanks for coming through. Appreciate
you're
you.
welcome.
All right. All right. There you have it. Another dope ass panel. Tune in next Friday for another Brownstone Powwow. As usual, you know what I do. I play my music before I get up out of here. You know the vibes. So we about to do this straight. Y'all. Ready, set, go.
Study music production on